new customers 56 to 1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? Bet on Super Bowl 56 props instead. DraftKings Sportsbook offers a wide range of props throughout the big game. Take your shot at winning cash by predicting props like if a non-quarterback will throw a pass, fourth down conversions, total yardage, and so much more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56 to 1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Is there anything better than the sound of 3 races breathing life into a new NASCAR season? What about if it's at a state-of-the-art facility with stunning views of the Estrella Mountains and a famous, only one-of-its-kind hillside? Well then, you must be talking about Phoenix Raceway. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 11th through the 13th. Get your tickets today at phoenixraceway.com.
This is your Wendy's wake-up call. Start your day with a better breakfast and get a free drink with any of our morning-making breakfast sandwiches. That's your favorite drink in a Wendy's cup, free. Fresh brewed coffee, free. Diet Coke, free. Vanilla Frosty-Chino, that's cold brew plus Frosty Creamer plus free. So don't sleep on this deal. Get any size drink in a Wendy's cup free when you buy any breakfast sandwich. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's. On the card only. Offer valid upon request on lowest price qualifying item. Not valid for third-party delivery.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Playing in Phoenix and Glendale on March 5th and 6th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Hey, you're on the Daily Radio Bounce.
Welcome, everybody, to the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Jeffrey O'Brien, and Ralph are out live at the Phoenix Open and having some technical difficulties. We'll get with them in just a sec. Jeffrey, are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly.
Oh, hey, you're broken.
Are you hearing us now?
Go ahead. Ooh, there it is. A little better. A little better. A lot of pineapple.
Snap figures, we hear you perfectly, and all these people hear you perfectly. I'm really glad we didn't, but
still quite a bit of pineapple. I'll tell you what, Keon, I think you
and
I'll
I'm going to move the aerial.
He's going to move his aerial, and anytime Jeffrey moves his aerial, you know what that means. A crowd forms, and there are some sort of UFOs called in. So Jeffrey O'Brien currently moving his aerial out there at the Phoenix Open. All right. So right now, Keon, lots of happenings last night in the NBA. We'll get to that in just a bit. The Phoenix Open going on right now. I'm trying to pull up the leaderboard. Do you have the leaderboard in front of you?
I do, actually.
Who's leading at the WMPO?
Still at the top of the Waste Management Phoenix Open leaderboard is Sahith Theegala sitting alone at number 1, 12 under par, having one fantastic weekend.
Hey, do me a favor. Where's Patrick Cantley at? I've got serious money on you. I laid $150 on.
Well, your boy Patrick Cantley, Randy, still very much in the hunt. He's second.
All right, let's see if the guys are there. Go ahead, Jeffrey. Nope, that's not going to work. All right, Cantley's in second. Who's in third right now?
Well, we got three people tied for third. Adam Hadwin, Taylor Gooch, and Xander Schauffele, Schafuffle, as we know him on here on the show.
Yeah.
And then the notable people tied for sixth, because there's a bunch of them, but the notable ones would be Brooks Koepka and JT Poston, who's having a really good start, as we saw yesterday. Hideki Matsuyama is in 10th with Bubba Watson, Kevin Kisner, Sam Ryder, and then John Rahm at 17th with a bunch of other people.
Well, it's only Friday, and as I've learned watching, do you watch a lot of PGA Tour? Do you?
I watch a decent amount. I watch all the majors at least.
Well,
that's I get through that. So
as you know, what you want to do is you want to get in there, make the cut, and then on Saturday it's moving day on Saturday. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Thigala will stay there. Let's check in with the guys again. Let's see if their technical issues have been cleared.
All right, is that any better?
Nope, still the same. Very choppy, very choppy. All I got was, hey. So that's what it kind of sounds like here on our end, Jeffco. All right, so Jeffrey and Ralph joining us here as soon as they get some technical issues worked out. But how about it? We're going to fly by the seat of our pants here, Keon. Let's go right to the NBA. Big move last night, huge move yesterday. Harden is now a 76er. And Ben Simmons on the move. He's going to be he is a Brooklyn net now. What do you think about that blockbuster trade?
Well, I think that it's good for Ben and it's good for James. They both got what they wanted. They didn't want to be where they were. Now they're somewhere else, and there's still somewhere else that can contend for either of them. The major issue I really think is which team is going to stay the healthiest, because that really is going to determine whether or not these trades actually work out. But acquiring James Harden, that's something that Daryl Morey wanted to do. James Harden
got a haul for him too, didn't
he? He did. I mean, I think he got Paul Millsap as well. There were a couple other guys in there to make it kind of work out. But yeah, he had to give up Seth Curry. But for him, he didn't want to give up the young guys. He didn't want to give up Tyrese Maxey. He didn't want to give up Matisse Thybulle, who I think is going to turn out to be one of the best defenders in this generation of NBA players. So he not having to give up those guys and still be able to get rid of Ben Simmons and acquire James Harden and get James Harden to sign that extra deal, that extension. So he'll have him for next season as well.
43 million plus, right?
Yeah, which is a lot of money if it doesn't work out. But I get the feeling like Daryl Morey saw James Harden once when he was the general manager in Houston before and likes what he's getting.
It seems, though, that Harden, towards the end of his time there in Brooklyn, was oft injured, and I'm using air quotes, oft injured, which means that perhaps he was saving himself to move to another team, and he had vocalized to the team, the Brooklyn Nets, that he wanted to move to Philadelphia. You find that surprising at all?
A little bit, but I'm starting to just have to get used to the idea that this is the way the NBA works now. And if someone is not happy and they're talented enough, they can screw up your whole locker room, and you just have to get that guy out of there. You can't let somebody be a malcontent. In football, you can kind of bury him. You know, if somebody doesn't really want to play, you're more replaceable in football. In the NBA, especially with a superstar like that, if he doesn't want to be there, your whole locker room's jacked up. You have to get him out of the building. And the same thing happened for the 76ers. They just happen to be really good trade partners, the Nets and Philly.
KD happy because of the move, do you think? Or is he a little sad?
I think that KD's a little bit happy. It wasn't working with him and James. I don't know exactly what it was, but I remember the last playoff series that they had against the Bucks, that Eastern Conference Finals, where Kevin Durant's big toe was on the line. Otherwise, the Suns play Brooklyn in the finals instead of Milwaukee. And James didn't do much in those last couple of games. He was really not effective at all.
Yeah.
And I just think that Kevin might be a little bit happier with Ben because you at least know what Ben's limitations are. Ben doesn't shoot the ball really well, but
he doesn't shoot. We know what his limitations are. He doesn't shoot.
I could have stopped the sentence right there, to be honest. Yeah, Ben Simmons doesn't shoot, but we know he's a passer, distributor of the basketball, and Ben Simmons is a much better defender than James Harden. He will defend on every possession, at least, if he gets along with everybody in the locker room.
And on a team like the Brooklyn Nets, Ben Simmons is going to be more comfortable not taking that shot. You got KD, You got Kyrie Irving. You've got other guys that are snipers out there. Ben Simmons isn't going to be relied upon as one of the only two guys that can snipe. He can be a part player, and he can run the offense. And I think, quite frankly, that's what he wants to do, isn't it?
Ben Simmons, even though he has a superstar skill set, he's a three. He's a third guy in a trio, in a big three. That's just the reality of what he is and who he is. And I think a really good example is the guy that's a newly minted all-star out in Golden State right now, Andrew Wiggins, is a really good example.
Yeah.
He's a guy that is again, superstar talent, but the mentality, he doesn't want to take the last shot. That's just not his game. And having him sort of be third to Draymond and Steph was really helping him. I think that goes for Ben moving to Brooklyn.
All right, I hear a noise again.
Yes.
Jeffrey must have rearranged his aerial, so let's go back out now live to the WMPO. And
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can
Yes,
hear you, Jeff.
I have rearranged the areolas, and the signal's now coming in very strong and clear now, right?
Very good. Yes, yeah.
Oh, thank God for that.
No pineapple whatsoever.
That's good to know. We've been alienating people here on our own without being able to alienate everybody else on the Phoenix airwaves. So now we're good to go.
All right. Well,
what were you talking about?
Well, we were talking about the big trade, the big. That's the only thing I knew to go to.
Well, when I heard Ben, I thought maybe you were talking about Rapesburger, but now it turns out you're talking about Ben Simmons.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, James Harden, the big trade that happened yesterday. I wanted to get Keon's his take on that, and so we kind of worked on that just a little bit while I was watching the cameras of Ralph just kind of eyeballing you. Rearranging your aerial out there. A lot of people were moving around. There were a lot of moving parts, but Ralph kept his cool amidst this emergency.
I had no choice. I'm just trying to settle things.
You know who I met just a minute ago? He came up to the counter here. I met Donnie. The bidder on Twitter, Donnie, and I don't know where he went, but he noticed I was in the middle of a technical emergency, so I guess he went on his merry drunken way. There's another person who saw us out here but didn't come up and say hi. Jag Dog is on the text line, 888-368-1580, and says, Jeffco just got done at the TPC, went by your booth, didn't want to bother you. You look busy as hell. Dude, I'm not too busy to meet you guys and say at least hi. You don't have to. I always have a semi-constipated look in my face, so don't.
Well, that is true.
Don't take it the wrong way. But he says first thing he's going to say about the TPC and about the Waste Management Phoenix Open is that most of the women here were beautiful. The others looked like Washington Commandos cheerleaders, wannabes. Those women needed to put more clothing on, like a tarp or something. But for the guys with the fanny packs and the pop collars, come on, man. Overall fun drunk fest, though. Randy, can I get a shot of Crown so I can pass out before my kids get home from daycare?
There you go, my friend. There you go.
You know, it's funny. Jag Dog, just as you walk up, there's a guy in full Crown Royal. Here, I'll show you on the camera here in a second. In full Crown Royal outfit. There's just like bizarre timing right there. Take a look at this guy. Here he comes. Right there. Yeah. And by the way, you're Taylor. I need his number because that is classy. That is classy right there. Nicely done, buddy. Nicely done.
Very well. Very well.
Okay, so I'm sorry we interrupted your guys' basketball conversation.
No.
Are you done?
I think we kind of brought it to a conclusion here. I got Keon's take on that. I was very interested to hear what he had to say. What do you guys have to say about the big trade happened yesterday?
I don't know if anybody got better. I don't know that. I think the Wizards got better because they couldn't get worse. I mean, but outside of that,
well, we didn't talk about the Wizards trade. We talked about the Sixers Nets trade between James Harden going to Philadelphia and Ben Simmons heading to New Jersey or Brooklyn or wherever the hell.
What I love is they're sitting there with like, okay, we have a head case. What do? We go find another head case. Deal. How dumb was that?
Well, look, you're just getting two guys that don't want to be where they're currently at, somewhere else. And at least with Philly, the general manager, Daryl Morey, already has experience with James Harden. James Harden was playing his best basketball when Daryl Morey was the general manager. And the moment they fired him, James became a malcontent. So we'll see if it works the second time.
888-368-1580. Did you do the thing, Randy? Did you tell everybody who the peoples were and all the stuff?
We did run through the leaderboard, and we did say that.
Where's my betting stuff?
you were hanging your aerial, and we did talk about John Rahm, who's tied for 17th. And,
no.
And we did say that my guy Patrick Cantley, who I put a whopping $1.50 on, is in second place right now. Yeah.
Can I just say this? I mean, Cantley. That's got to be like the worst name to introduce yourself with, because you're already giving some girls some messages. Hi, I'm Cantley. Oh, well, you're right.
Well, I don't know. The Washington Commanders signed a kicker named Chris Blewett, so I don't know that you could definitely do worse than Cantley.
See, and that's the problem right now. Washington needs to stay away from unique names like Blewett. Yeah, you can't do that.
And sexual harasser. They got to stay away from that guy. He's coming up in the draft.
He owns the team, so that's unfortunate.
So, all right. So if you got the leaderboard right there, help me out. These are my bets, and that's all that matters. How's Hideki Matsuyama doing?
Hideki Matsuyama, I believe, is tied at 10th. Yeah, he's tied for 9th now, actually. 6 under par, so he's moving up the leaderboards. He's finished for today, but I think some people actually dropped back, bumping him up. So tied for 9th. Who else do you have?
John Rahm, but you just told me where he's at.
He's tied for 17th.
I have the Schaffel brothers. I got Xander Schaffel. Where's he at?
Xander Schauffele, tied for 3rd.
There you go. That one will pay me $29 bucks. I only bet $1 on each of these. I don't want you guys thinking I'm like being a big spender on all these bets, but $1 gets me 29 if Schaffel wins. What about his cousin Scotty Schaffler? Where's he at? Yeah, because that guy will give me $23 bucks. Where's he at on the board?
Well, he's apparently not on the first page, Keon.
Scotty Scheffler. Yeah, he's tied for 41st.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. And my long shot bet for $1 that'll get me 2001. Craig Hocknell. How's he doing?
Yeah, Craig's
a lot of Hocknell fans out there, everybody.
Yeah,
a lot of Hocknell fans.
Craig's having a really bad go, but he's tied for 109th right now.
Oh, he moved up.
He moved up, but he is 3 over par, and the cut line's looking like it's going to be 1 under. So he might not make it to Saturday to compete.
Sorry, are you trying to tell me I just wasted $1 on Craig Hocknell?
It's possible that you wasted $1 on Craig.
That's exactly what we're trying to tell you, Jeffrey.
All right, if I run into him, I'm going to see if I can get it from him. Because I think that sounds fair.
You bastard! You owe me $1.
So, all right. Well, you guys were talking basketball trades and stuff. Keon, do you need to take a moment and talk about your guy you got on the Wizards?
The move that they made to get Kristaps Porzingis. I mean, that's a really big time move. I like the move, obviously. Porzingis is a good player. He's not healthy a lot. That does worry me. But I think more than getting Porzingis, they got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie, who wasn't doing a damn thing. And Davis Bertans is easily one of the 5 worst contracts in basketball. So they got out of 2 bad contracts, and they got Porzingis. There's almost nothing to hate here.
So you're thinking win, but you're always sort of looking at your Washington teams through rose-colored glasses.
I promise you that I am not.
All right.
I mean, because I don't think this makes them like a playoff contender or anything. Without Bradley Beal, they can't make the playoffs. And again, I am concerned about the Porzingis injury proneness. He gets injured a lot, and they owe him $70 million over the next 2 years. So if he can't stay healthy, it may turn out to be a bad deal. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
888-368-1580. That's the number to text in and be a part of the show. La Furia Roja says, I picture Jeffrey O'Brien like that old SNL skit where Al Franken's a roving reporter at the Olympics with a satellite helmet. I might get a better signal if I do that. Chief Skull says, afternoon, guys. Appears that Jeffrey really is a crowd of motley looking golf weirdos. What? Okay, thanks, Chief Skull. Random texter says, Marco. There you go. Kiss the Cook. Thank you.
Never fails.
Kiss the Cook sent me a video, and it's just nothing but darkness. Is that my soul? Fish Tank says, was Donnie nicer in person than he is on Twitter? No, he was very cool. He was very nice. I'm bummed he didn't come back. Hefty Lefty says, the people are happiest about the James Harden trade are the Philadelphia's gentlemen clubs. They just got an injection of $35 million a year in that town.
Did you see that there was a gentleman's club that posted on Instagram, one of the ladies that works there, and it was a welcome James Harden sign, like a banner, giant banner behind her. Because James Harden's in town. He knows how to party.
A lot of girls are going to get put through college by James Harden now. So Nicely done. Heavy Metal Maniac says, leaving tomorrow to go work the Super Bowl. Get your ice cold beer here. All the hotel rooms in Los Angeles are sold out. So we're staying in Ontario, driving early Sunday. Yeah. So there you go. Randy, can I get a beer for selling beer and saying go Bengals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pour that man a beer. The Bills aren't playing, sir. I love people who come by and they yell, go their own team. And I'm like, yeah, they're not in this one, right? Fed fan says, oh, Solar Boy's on again.
Oh,
great.
Geez.
Time for plan B in the afternoon.
Wonder what plan B is. Would that be to take her medication and take a nap, or?
What she means is she wishes your mom had taken the plan B pill.
Probably would have if they would have had it back then. But
it's a high five for me and Fed fans. Thunder Snow says, Jeffrey, if Keon was single, you could show him the Wounded Deer Hill. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Back in the day, one of our co-hosts there's a place where the girls in the hooker heels would always break down and need help. And that's where you'd find some sobbing drunk girl and be like, I'll be your knight in shining armor. Of course, that's not exactly the kind of quality gal you want to bring home to mom, but Chief Skull says, what the hell? Okay. All right. Now we're caught up on the text line. Let's talk about that Phoenix Suns blowout on the Bucks. Suck on that, Ralph.
I am so glad that I bet Phoenix yesterday. I felt good about that.
Wow.
Yeah, he was talking all this garbage about the Suns and the Bucks and stuff, but that felt good. Listen, we did not win the championship. We did not win. We get that. But to beat them like this had to feel good for everybody.
Yeah, it's cathartic. You haven't seen them since they're celebrating and the confetti's coming down on them. That hurt, and it's funny because I've been watching.
Confetti doesn't hurt, Keon. It's very light. It tickles on the top of your head.
If the confetti is from the opposing team, I promise you it hurts a little bit. But I didn't know exactly how to gauge some of these Suns teams that they've been playing this season, because they really seem to play just well enough to beat the other team, regardless of how good they are. And so the fact that they were going into the fourth quarter of this game with a 20-point lead tells you that they were on a mission. And also, when this team wants to knock you out, they can knock you the hell out.
Well, I mean, again, that's why they play 7 games to decide, but who cares? We got this one. Suns beat the Bucks 131-107.
Yeah. How do you feel about DeAndre Ayton?
I feel like if he could just do that all the time, that max contract wouldn't even be a question, would it? If DeAndre Ayton could play like that, and now he's made a mistake. He's shown you he can. So if he's not doing that all the time, you know what I'm saying? It makes it hard to give him the max contract when he shows this, but then another day he just shows us other things. He has it.
I don't know, because I think that he plays within this offense, and Devin Booker was in foul trouble early. So they actually had to start feeding DeAndre. And you know what happens? They when he gets fed, I think that he plays really well down there. And they were throwing everybody.
Is coaching then? You're saying it's the way they've run the ball?
I think that he's doing what he's asked to do, because they play from the outside in. You have tremendous 3-point shooting, and this is a 3-point shooting league now. There are going to be nights where you need Ayton to be this, but if you have a Devin Booker who's shooting a shot that's worth more points, you take those more points.
How'd you like the fact that DeAndre Ayton went right in there against Antetokounmpo and took him right over him and slammed it right in his face? I love that. Did you guys see that? That was wonderful.
That is what we've been waiting for from DeAndre Ayton. So keep it up. Keep it up, big guy, and nobody's even going to think twice about a max contract.
And I think it was kind of helpful for him psychologically, because when he shrank in the finals, it was after Giannis dunked on him.
Yeah.
So I think just taking that back a little bit, I really think that psychologically that helps him a bunch.
Why do you millennials have to turn it into, I'm taking my power back? Why do you have to turn it into that? It's just that you dunked on my ass. I'm dunking on your ass. Suck on it. That's what it should be.
I don't know if I'm doing that necessarily. I'm just saying.
We need to hand around the talking stick so we can share our feelings?
Well, sports is an emotional thing. What do you want, robots out there playing?
He's saying yes.
He is saying yes.
No, I don't have any emotions to share with you. Trust me. It's never coming out on this show.
Nothing but flash anger.
Exactly. And that's all you deserve. So DeAndre Ayton, he plays the game emotionally. So yeah, when he got dunked on by Giannis, he shrank, and I felt really bad that happened, because I thought he needed to keep going. And this might be him sort of going, okay, I can do this. If I can go at Giannis, the MVP, I can go at anybody.
What are you saying? We got to keep him pissed off? For DeAndre Ayton to earn a max contract, we have to continually aggravate him and piss him off?
You might have to. Look, there are plenty of people who have managed to make themselves angry. Maybe DeAndre's not that guy. Maybe you got to poke him a little bit and make him angry.
I don't know how to poke somebody and make him angry. I just don't have that in me, Keon.
Yeah. No, you're too mild-mannered, aren't you?
You've never done that.
Take a break.
It's never happened. Huh?
When we come back, we got other good news, bad news, things that happen around the Valley in Phoenix sports. We'll get more updates on the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Lots of other things to talk about. Super Bowl, of course. We're going to spend a couple of seconds on that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Coyotes are in action tonight as they play host to the two-time defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning favored on the road and favored by a pretty large margin. They're paying out at -315 on the money line, where the Coyotes pay out at +250. The over-under has been set at 6.5 goals. We are getting closer and closer to Sunday's Super Bowl. The Rams and the Bengals are going to match up against each other. The Rams are favored by 4 in this contest, with the over-under sitting at 48.5. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
The NFL season all comes down to this. Randy here from the Daily Blender. Super Bowl 56 is right around the corner. And to celebrate, FanDuel Sportsbook is hooking up all customers with risk-free same-game parlay. New and existing customers can place any same-game parlay of 3 legs or more on Super Bowl 56. And if you don't win, FanDuel's going to refund you. Already have an account? Just place your risk-free same-game parlay before Super Bowl 56 to qualify. New customers join today with promo code Randy1580 to enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl. That's promo code Randy1580 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Okay, you're back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where delicious 7-course meals prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, cocktails, and more. Book your night of fun right now. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. That's 480-607-1114. We'll see you there.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs. Protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
The dictionary describes madness as
frenzy, rage, intense excitement. Yeah, that sounds about right.
We define it like this.
There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up. Through for the win.
The madness is coming.
Comes out, dribble.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
The home for March Madness.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I got into the system earlier and made it a Foo Fighters Friday because I felt like it. How you like those? I just met Kiss the Cook. Kiss the Cook just came over here and dapped us up here. It was great to see him. Bummed that Donnie didn't get to stay around to actually have a conversation. Jagdog also stalking us from a little bit of a distance. But listen, this has been a kind of an interesting week. Earlier in the week, I told you guys we went and picked up the donations for Arizona Sports Angels from Athlon's, the shoe company. And then we got word of this. This is something that was really cool. There's this kid named Carter who lives in Scottsdale. And Carter, he's a kid. He's playing baseball. He plays for the Dirtbags. 9U State, I guess. It's a kids baseball team. Well, it's funny they call them the Dirtbags. But he decided as his confirmation project that he would go ahead and collect a bunch of sporting goods for Arizona Sports Angels. And he collected a ton of them. A giant box. It took 2 people to even lift. And he went around, just 9-year-old kid, all on his own, just got the idea, wanted to help out, collected that giant box of gently used baseball gear. And now we already have an idea with the charity of where that's going to go. So he just wanted to thank Carter for that and wish him luck with his Dirtbags 9U State team. And they did a great job. And I just wanted to bring that up and say thank you for that. And of course, if you guys are interested, ArizonaSportsAngels.org. We take new and used, gently used sporting goods and try to distribute them to Title I schools and anybody who needs the help out there. And yeah, it's COVID slowed things down, but boy, things are starting to start right back up again with that charity, and it's very fulfilling. But all those golf clubs that everybody had donated earlier in the year, we were able to actually outfit an entire golf team at a Title I school. Wow. Yeah, trying to get some pictures of that because I just want all the fourth dimension, the people who actually donated to get a chance to see what good they did. Because I know the Berg had donated some, Navy Brad had donated some. There's a bunch of people who donated them. So I just want to thank everybody for that. All right. So are we ready to get back into it? We were thrilled to see the Bucks put a curb stomp. Get curb stomped by the Suns. And I was also really happy to see the Lakers still suck. But the Grand Canyon University, they won their game 79-69 over the Utah Valley Wolverines. So all is as it should be in the world. And yes, Arizona State University, another ugly loss, another blowout. It's kind of like the Sun Devils are trying to be like the Lakers lately. You know what I mean? It just can't seem to get anything done.
84-67, something like that? Or?
87-64. And the Sun Devils were never even in this game. And that was just a shame. That hurt my soul a little bit. A lot of things are hurting my soul. Kind of like when I had to see Aaron Rodgers on there trying to look like Trevor Lawrence when he got his 4th MVP award. Listen, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't want nice things for him, but I'd love it if he was my quarterback.
You have to respect him though, right?
Yeah.
Come on. The guy's amazing.
I'm not saying he's not a great player. I'm just saying I think he's just a galactic douche nozzle. But last night the NFL honors. Did you guys watch that? Did anybody tune that in?
No, I saw the clips on Twitter, and that's about all I needed to really watch.
I forgot it was on, but Aaron Rodgers showed up like a greasy looking carny or something. I don't know what the hell that gal he's with is like, no, don't worry. Bathing's optional. Okay. He just looked horrific, but he's wearing a corduroy suit. Is there something wrong with his money? Is he going to the thrift stores? Because they just look bad. But in the process, he did mention that he's going to make a decision pretty quick about where he's going to play next. So what do you think? Your first instinct, Aaron Rodgers staying or is Aaron Rodgers going?
Sounded like when he was accepting the award last night, that he was saying goodbye.
Yeah, you think so?
That's what struck me during that that acceptance speech. He was thinking all the fans there, the great memories that he's had there in Green Bay, and the great organization, and thank you Matt LaFleur and all this other business. So I don't know. It struck me as a goodbye speech. So I don't know.
So what we're hearing is Aaron Rodgers to my Indianapolis Colts.
No, that's not what I heard. No.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Well, that's what I'm hearing.
No. Maybe you're hearing.
That's what I'm hearing.
Where are you hearing it from, though? It's important. The source is important.
It's the voices in his head. It keeps telling him that.
The source is alcohol. That's not happening at all.
We just aggravated some Green Bay fans pretty bad there.
I think he's going to Tennessee.
Oh, dear God.
I do. I think that's where he's going to wind up.
No, Tennessee already said they didn't want him.
Of course they're
Tennessee
going to say that.
said they were not even interested in him.
Yeah.
Like you really need to be careful about the sensibilities of Ryan Tannehill, who knows he's lucky to even be on a team.
Wait, is that a Colts jersey?
Where is there a Colts jersey? Is that a Colts jersey over there?
Go.
There you go. This guy knows what's going on. He's with a guy in the Lakers jersey, so I don't even know what to tell you. There you go, buddy. There you go. Turn around. Who you got there? He's wearing a Blankenship. That's right. Rodrigo Blankenship. What's that? I have no idea what this guy's saying, but I believe
he said hot rod.
Yeah, Rodrigo. You got to roll the R's, buddy. Be safe out there, man. We're live, but yeah. But we're going to need you to step back a few feet because I know where you're going next. I know what you're about to say. Hey, Keon, have the dump delay ready.
Oh, no, 100%. I've already used it.
What I want to talk about is, well, I was going to say something about his mustache, but I won't. 888-368-1580. Thundersnow says, breaking news, Aaron Rodgers, yes, to the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, he just make me say that to upset people.
Yeah.
This guy came up with a complete Freddie Mercury mustache. Made me nervous. Fed fan says the TV is showing Devin Booker and Chris Paul at the Open. Booker's wearing a Detroit Lions jersey. Okay, so what? I know what your point is.
Okay.
They're very cool.
What's wrong with that? You think you should be wearing an Arizona Cardinals jersey, though, right? I mean, does that bother me? Does that bother you guys?
No, that doesn't really bother. I know that there are some fans there that are a little, get touchy about it, but he's from Michigan.
Oh,
Neither
yeah,
the
and by the way,
Lions nor the Cardinals are in the playoffs. So does it really matter at this point?
No, what it is an Arizona basketball player for the Suns wearing a Detroit jersey for the football. But here's the thing. You have to understand something, guys. Everybody at the Phoenix Open is beyond drunk. So he may not even know what he's got on right now.
He's from Michigan. So I if that's where you're from, you sport the jersey. I don't have a problem with that at all.
That's a good point. Hitting the Nuts says, do you think Chick-fil-A hot air balloon is going to fly around on Sunday? Not on Sunday. You know how it works. Big George says, Jeffrey, you sound like you just had 5 cups of coffee when you did that commercial for Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. You sound like Kramer when he won the lawsuit against the coffee company to get free lattes. That's what they wanted, man. Mr. Pringle says, I just called 1-800-NEXT STEP. They put me on hold long enough where I could just gamble away my last $100. Yeah, we're going to have to talk to him about that. Wiggy My Piggy says, DeAndre Ayton is suffering from kitty cat syndrome. You're going to have to help us out with that. King Kitten says, when I've stayed in Ontario, I take my hookers to In-N-Out Burger. Well, that's probably a good plan. You don't want to spend too much money. Random Texture says, why would Devin Booker wear a Cardinals jersey right now? Kyler Murray won't even wear a Cardinals jersey right now. That's good point. Just a Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Anything that happens in this part of the NBA season means nothing. Oh, see, this is where he's trying to tell us that the Suns being the number 1 team in all the NBA means nothing.
He's right.
It does matter to making the playoffs, to seeding. A lot of that stuff matters. Now, what you don't want to do is burn yourself out. Like the Warriors burned themselves out trying to break a record and didn't have anything left in the tank. That's not what the Suns are doing. They are playing just well enough outside of last night to beat most teams without exerting too much energy.
No, I get what kitty cat syndrome is, Wiggy My Piggy. He says, UA kitty cats. Well, we don't call them that on this show. We call them the fighting chalupas from south of the border. That's where Arizona. I mean, it's fine because nobody from Arizona will ever hear this because they can't afford to get into this thing. That probably was a mistake.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. So, all right. Deservedly so. Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP for a 4th time. I hope he retires. So Peyton Manning's record is still stable at 5. But Mike Vrabel got Coach of the Year. Do we agree with that? I'm not sure I do.
Boy, I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think I agree with that.
I 100% agree. Mike Vrabel had a defense that had some spare parts in it. They put together. His
91 players he had to use during COVID.
His best player, Derrick Henry, he didn't have for most of the year. And despite the fact that they are a running football team, they were able to still be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Ryan Tannehill is their quarterback. He's been terrible most of this season. It could have been a disaster, and instead it was a really good year for the Titans.
Listen, I'm not saying Vrabel is not a great coach. Clearly, he is a great coach, and he has taken Belichick to task, not in the cheating way, but like just coaching. And I think he's going to be a great coach for a lot of years, but I think we saw some better coaching jobs this year, guys.
What about the Bengals coach?
Right.
I mean, come
on. They're at the Super Bowl.
How does that guy not get coach of the year?
Nobody remembers his name.
And also,
I don't remember.
It's hard to give that dude coach of the year when you just look at the skill position talent that he has. Like it's tough.
You look at the offensive line, you look at the young quarterback, and they're in the Super Bowl. I mean, what a great job he did.
Got a bunch of Bengal fans going by, and they can't figure out why their coach isn't coach of the year either. We're with you, buddy.
I don't know. Dude's a number 1 seed. His quarterback is Ryan Tannehill. Derrick Henry's gone for the whole year. And, 2 of his best receivers are in and out of the lineup with COVID and other injuries. I think that he is at least deserving of being in that conversation. I think that he did more with less than anybody else coaching.
Listen, like I said, Vrabel's a good coach, but I think that coach of the year could have been. Hey, Randy, I've got an idea. Probably.
And here goes the pineapple. Here goes pineapple again.
So here's what I think we should do. If you can still hear me, I think I should just completely kiss up to the Bengals fans, and they'll protect me against everybody else. So if you hear me starting to say "Go Bengals" and stuff like that, that's why I get a bunch of drunken security going here.
They have been the bigger drunks.
Yeah.
Okay.
We already have drunken security here. It's Eddie. He's doing a great job. But we could use probably to protect us.
Randy?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's saying, but maybe he needs to fix his aerial out there. Let's see if we can get this fixed here in the next few seconds. And you know what? Let's do this. It's time for a break. 888-368-1580. And go text us, be a part of the program. 888-368-1580. And when we come back, we'll see if Jeffrey and the crew out there have returned. Ralph, if he's got any comments on who the coach of the year should be, that's on the Daily Blender right here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2022 Winter Games, sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The United States men's hockey team plays their second game in Beijing tonight as they take on rival Canada. The Americans and Canadians each won their opener, with the U.S. besting China 8-0 and Canada beating Germany 5-1. The Canadians have had the best of the rivalry in Winter Games play, going 12-3-3 in 18 all-time games, including wins in 4 of the last 5. Tonight's game gets underway at 11:10 Eastern Time. The U.S. women's hockey team had a slow start, but eventually outlasted the Czech Republic 4-1 in the quarterfinals last night. The game was tied 1-1 going to the third period, but the Americans scored 3 goals in the final frame, including an empty netter to make it official. The U.S. awaits the winner of tonight's Finland-Japan game in the semifinals, while Canada, who beat Sweden 11-0, will get the winner of ROC and Switzerland in the other semi. With this Winter Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free fix finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician verified fixes. The free fix finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Don't you just love the smell of old books? This is a library. Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need. I don't think we carry that, but check nonfiction. He really does devour literature. Please leave.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The big game is finally here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? Bet on Super Bowl 56 props instead. DraftKings Sportsbook offers a wide range of props throughout the big game. Take your shot at winning cash by predicting props like if a non-quarterback will throw a pass, fourth down conversions, total yardage, and so much more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
This is Brian Musburger. Don't miss Pro Football Blitz, Saturday afternoons, right here on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's a Foo Fighter Friday here on the Daily Blender, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Arizona's home for sports, live from the WMPO, that's it. Waste Management Phoenix Open, where lots of people are out there mulling around, waiting to see if Jeffrey and Ralph are able to get their aerials straightened away. But let me remind you, this weekend, Super Bowl 56, it's an opportunity for you to take a small bet, a small wager, and turn it into something big. All customers will get a free, risk-free same-game parlay from the good folks at FanDuel. And we want to make it so that we can celebrate these NFL Super Bowl 56. So new and existing customers can place any same-game parlay of 3 legs or more on the Super Bowl. And if you don't win, FanDuel will refund you. Same-game parlays can buy multiple bets, you may know, of the same game into one wager for a bigger payout. So you might put $5 on the Rams to win, or you might put $5 down on Who Day to get the job done and win the Super Bowl. Then you take other legs of that and kind of tie it together, like Joe Burrow passing over 300 yards. Perhaps, the first score would be the Bengals to score first, and, longest field goal would be, you can figure out all these different legs of the parlay. As long as there's 3 legs or more, then you will be automatically a part of this risk-free same-game parlay promotion that FanDuel's got going on. Remember, FanDuel is the market leader. They are America's #1 sports book. Easy to use, easy to place your bet, super secure. Already have an account? Place your risk-free bet, same-game parlay before the Super Bowl to qualify. New customers join today with promo code Randy1580, and you can enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl. You can turn $5 into $280 cash, not bet credits, cash. That's promo code Randy1580 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund, $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Jeffco, are you guys out there? Are you ready for us? Have your aerials been resituated? Are you feeling good about the way it's out there? Is Ralph finally going to start recanting and telling us that the Suns are actually a good basketball team? I don't hear him.
I don't think.
hear him.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the background noise either. So I'm guessing that they're still working on whatever the issue is.
All right. Well, have you seen this from speaking of Super Bowl news? Have you seen this? Looks like Eric Dickerson is a little upset here. Let me see if I can get back over to the story. Eric Dickerson is upset and may not even attend the Super Bowl. The Rams great said that it's all over a ticket miscue, and he's not happy about it. So I can't find it right now, but here we go. The Rams legend Eric Dickerson is threatening to skip the Super Bowl over a spat with team involving ticket. What is wrong with Eric Dickerson?
Eric Dickerson, is a Rams legend, and I think he has an idea in his head of what it is a Rams legend gets treated like. For instance, and they changed the logo for the team, redesigned a bunch of stuff.
He didn't like it.
He did not only did he not like it, no, he didn't know it was happening. And
yeah,
you look at the way they do it with other teams, and they get their legends involved in this stuff. And quite frankly, Eric Dickerson just isn't a huge fan of Stan Kroenke and the way that he carries that organization at all. Well, he's been critical of it.
And I remember that Eric Dickerson also was very outspoken about the Hall of Fame paying more money for these guys, and insurance policies should be changed and all this sort of thing. I just wonder. I wonder what's going on with Eric Dickerson. This is not the first time he's been in an argument with the Rams organization. I mean, you mentioned the logo changeover, but just recently it was something else, and I can't remember what it was right off the top of my pointy little head here. But Eric Dickerson seems to be very discontented with his life as a Hall of Fame football player, multi-millionaire, and able to enjoy life. And it's always something. It's always something with him, it seems like to me. All right, 888-368-1580 is the text line. You can be a part of the show. 888-368-1580. We're broadcasting live from the Waste Management Phoenix Open right now. Some technical difficulties. Jeffrey and Ralph are working feverishly on that, and we will try to go live back out there again and see what's going on. In other news, did you see the baseball negotiations will be picking up again on Saturday? Commissioner Manfred was on the TV yesterday. Of course, he's going to be representing what the owners have to say because, Rob Manfred works for the owners, and he's talking about how compassionate that the owners have been towards the players and how they keep putting out solutions on the table to try to bring an end to this lockout, and what the ownership group is trying to do to make amends with the player. Come on, man. I heard one time one of the Van Gundy brothers, and I can't remember which one, is don't tell me about your passion. Show me your passion. So these guys have not negotiated very much at all. They haven't spent much time at the negotiations table. They're miles apart from the players union, and they don't seem to want to come together. The owners want to make more money. They don't want to see the values of their teams decrease. And they don't want to see the players getting involved with even more money. The owners want to keep as much money as they can. And then on the other side, you got players who are fighting for players' rights and fighting for the opportunity to have more money because there's plenty of money to go around. Commissioner Manfred said it himself. What kind of a circus is going on here, Keon, in Major League Baseball? And do you agree with me that spring training, done? You might as well just throw the dirt over it. It is dead for 2022.
Unless you think that something's going to happen tomorrow, and I imagine you probably don't. I don't think anything's going to go down tomorrow either in any extra extended conversations they're going to have. If this doesn't get fixed tomorrow, yeah, it's pretty much over, kaput. How can you have spring training and you haven't even begun to negotiate yet? There is where the players are, there's where the owners are, and somewhere in between them is middle ground. And from where either side is standing, they can't even see it. They're not even close.
And they are far apart. We're talking about a pool of money for arbitration, for example. The owners want to give $10 million in this pool. Well, the players want $100+ million in this pool. That's how far apart these two sides are on agreeing on some of these fiscal principles that they are negotiating back and forth.
And it continues to be one of those things where Major League Baseball does things backwards, or at least worse than everybody else. This is a sport where the labor negotiations seem to be worse than every other sport. The NBA and the NBA Players Union can sort of figure something out to where they always seem to manage to get stuff done. The NFL owners just have all the power. They're eventually able to strong arm the players every time. But there's nothing like that in baseball. The players have enough power and the owners have enough power, and they're not even interested in trying to find some kind of middle ground. And the result is, of course, that the fans end up suffering because, spring training is absolutely huge. I've never been to one. I was looking forward to, trying to get out to spring training this year. And I'm disappointed that that's probably not going to happen. But the reality is, when you have a gap of money and one side is saying 100 mil and the other side is saying 10 mil, and there's no budging, you can't even negotiate.
Yeah. And, don't go on the TV. Don't go on the national networks and give me how the owners have done this and they have given in this area and they are wanting to do this and they are wanting new players and younger players to be promoted and blah, 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 blah. That's all I hear, because there's been no movement from the ownership towards the players union and vice versa. The players union should be they should be able to make some amends with the ownership group and come this way as well. This is the worst scenario I could see for baseball. Back years ago, 20 some odd years ago, when this happened before, you had negotiations ongoing. It seemed like every day. You had the commissioner every day making a statement. You had the players union advocates making, a comment every day. Now it's turning into sort of a civil war, because you've got players taking to social media, talking about how adverse the situation is and trying to get the ownership group to come this way. Nobody is talking about resolution. Everybody, it seems to be very argumentative about both sides not wanting to budge. Do you feel that? Do you sense that as well?
Yeah, and maybe you could argue that social media is just what's made all of this stuff worse. All of our discourse in this country is made worse by social media. We're all yelling at each other, but nobody hears anything. And now you got the players union and the owners. They're all yelling at us, saying, "Look how bad the other guy is," but they're not actually talking to each other. And because I don't care what they say to me, I don't need Rob Manfred to tell me how much compassion they have or how much they plan on doing this, that, and the other. I don't care about that stuff. Tell that to the players union. Don't tell that to me. I can't do anything about it as a fan. So for them to continue to go on in this way, quite frankly, it's embarrassing. But also, as a baseball fan, I'm worried that the game I love may not recover from what they're going to do to it.
888-368-1580. Give me a second here while I get the text line online here, and I'll read what you have to say about it. 888-368-1580. You can be a part of the Daily Blender. We are awaiting Jeffrey O'Brien and Ralph to get back online live from the Waste Management Phoenix Open. We've had some issues out there. Let's see here. Blissful Hayes says Aaron Rodgers to the Bears to reunite with new Chicago offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, who was Rodgers' quarterback coach last year. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Do you?
No,
Keon. I think the Bears have their quarterback. Don't you think?
The Bears have their quarterback of the future, and Aaron Rodgers bleeping hates Chicago. He has no desire to be in that.
He doesn't hate Chicago. He owns them.
I think it's both. He owns them, and then he doesn't.
I've owned you my whole life.
And he doesn't mind destroying them a little bit too. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense for the Bears to make that move, and it doesn't make any sense for Aaron Rodgers either. Especially since the Bears have so many players they have not actually re-signed to their roster. They got like 20 guys that they need to re-sign or at least replace. I'm not. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm not leaving the Packers and going to a team that doesn't yet have a team, really.
Yeah. Clearly, the NFC North, the class of that division is the Green Bay Packers, followed by the Minnesota Vikings, who seem to start. It seems like they're trying to get their program together, and they're willing to sign players and bring some people in that's going to help the team. Then probably the Chicago Bears, who are a distant third, and then the Detroit Lions. Who knows what the Detroit Lions are doing? God bless them. You got to feel sorry for the fans of Detroit. They haven't had a winning season in how long?
Boy, I'd have to look it up. It's been so long. It's been forever. I will say that hopefully I like their general manager. I really do. I think that he has a plan. I'll see if he can execute it or whatever. But just on paper, it seems like he's got some kind of a plan, and they're working towards getting a franchise quarterback and trying to put some pieces in place so that person, whoever they are, can be successful when they show up.
All right, the fifth letter is on the text line at 888-368-1580 and says Rich Bisaccia should have been nominated and should have won. If not, Zach Taylor should have won it. I agree with you 110%. Those are two guys right there, especially Rich Bisaccia. He was given a very bad situation and led a team to a very good positive outcome. short of going all the way to the Super Bowl. Do you agree with that?
I'd go Bisaccia. I'm not that big on Zach Taylor. You drafted like the best receiver in the league right now, outside of DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah. I'm not going to give you like Coach of the Year credit for having Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I'm sorry, but Bisaccia, yeah, there's a good case for Bisaccia.
Mr. Pringle he's asking the eternal question: did somebody punch Jeffrey in the mouth? No. His aerial got out of shape again, and he's trying to readjust his aerial. We'll try to find out. Yeah, his aerial is out of shape. And I understand. They have medicine for that, Jeffco. When we come back, we'll check in with the guys from the Waste Management Phoenix Open. It's the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah! Weekends now through April 3rd. Huzzah! Great shopping, a giant crafts market. Your favorite shows.
Be ready to have a great time and don't be afraid to participate.
Huzzah! Just night.
Huzzah!
Silly fun for the entire family.
Happiness reigns at the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah!
Lots of new shows. Non-stop feasting. Leave your cares behind. It's fun and affordable.
You will adore the Renaissance Festival.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Huzzah! Weekend now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Dashes and Food City or online at arizona.breakfastinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Dashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness. You can always save on Renaissance Festival admission with discount tickets at Dashes and Food City stores statewide. Huzzah!
FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. To celebrate, new customers can bet $5 to win $280 in cash on either team to win when you use promo code Steve1580 when registering. That's right. You'll get your winnings in cold, hard cash because we know cash is better than free bet. There's no better place to bet Super Bowl 56 than FanDuel Sportsbook. They have promotions for new and existing customers. They've got same-game parlays when you can combine small bets for bigger wins, tons of Super Bowl props, such as color of Gatorade or just a regular touchdown prop, and more. Don't miss your chance to turn $5 into $280 in cash. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Steve1580 to make every moment more this Super Bowl. Again, promo code Steve1580 exclusively on FanDuel Sportsbook. 21 plus and present in Arizona. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus $280. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar here with us. Keon Rose is in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And no, I did not get punched in the face. We've just been having issues. Everybody on the planet is sending selfies and videos, and that's interrupting with our satellite link. And but we're here. We're for as long as it works, right, Randy? For as long as it works.
Yeah.
We'll try to say hi from the Waste Management Phoenix Open out here in Scottsdale. And I'll tell you what, I think with the amount of people who have been walking by, Earlier, there was just a constant stream of a wall of people going in. And now it's been a steady stream, kind of a steady stream of people going out. So I got the feeling there's still a crap ton of people in there. What's the latest with the leaderboard, guys?
I think he wants to know the latest from the leaderboard. You're really broken up there from the Waste Management Phoenix Open there, Keon.
Yeah, I got the leaderboard here. Of course, finished for the day, but still number one is Sahith Theegala, having an awesome tournament so far. Number two, Patrick Cantley, also done for the day. He's 9 under par. He's second. And then tied for third, Xander Schauffele, who is through 12 holes right now. He's on 8 under par, along with Brooks Koepka and Taylor Gooch and Adam Hadwin. Then you got a bunch of people tied for 7th and 9th. 7th would be JT Poston, Alex Noren, and then 9th, I'll just give you the big names there: Hideki Matsuyama, Bubba Watson, Justin Thomas, and Brian Harmon. Those are the guys that are tied for 9th, and then John Rahm and some others tied for 17th. So that is the top of the Waste Management Phoenix Open leaderboard.
All right, great. Jeffrey, do you hear us okay?
Oh, do you hear us okay now? Sorry, I forgot to turn off my microphone out here.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. As long as it's clear, it's going to be hit and miss, guys. And I apologize, but I was over here talking to Eddie and explaining, it's like, we got all the bars that we need from Verizon. The problem is with all the people out here, and the bars as you have, there's not a whole lot of signal to share. So all that bandwidth is probably going to some vapid, a lady doing a selfie video. Oh my God, happy outfit. Oh my God. And that's why it keeps getting, technology. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
All right. So try to do a thing.
We can try. Yeah. You're kind of in and out here.
Maybe we need to call it for a little bit. Tell you what, we're going to keep working on it here. You guys keep doing your thing there. You're in the Daily Blender.
All right. So, Keon, let's just keep talking away. From the awards last night, they had the big award ceremony last night. Aaron Rodgers winning his back-to-back, second consecutive and 4th overall MVP. But what do you think about this? Dan Quinn was voted assistant coach of the year. The Falcons didn't do a lot with him, but when he went to the Cowboys and went back to his fastball, which is defensive coordinator, it seemed to really pay off for the Cowboys and for Dan Quinn. Do you agree with that?
I do. Dan Quinn is a guy that I don't know if he should ever be head coach. That one Super Bowl derailed Dan Quinn. Every game that they played after that Super Bowl almost looked identical to that Super Bowl. They'd be up big in the first half of games, they'd blow it, or they'd be down big in the first half and he'd come back, but they'd fall just short. Just a lot of one-half performances. But Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator, my God, that guy's amazing. And you know what? The Cowboys are overloaded with linebackers, which is exactly what Dan Quinn is good at coaching. They never got that right in Atlanta either. They were trying to find some edge rushers and trying to find some linebackers for him to utilize, and they just never got the position right in Atlanta. They have too many guys playing that position in Dallas. So Dan had so much to work with, and he got about as much production out of that defense because a lot of people came into that season thinking the Cowboys might actually have one of the most porous defenses going into the 2021 season. And the fact that they were actually able to be so productive, force turnovers. Yeah, Dan Quinn deserves all the credit for that.
All right. So from the defensive player of the year, TJ Watt wins. You may know that he tied the NFL single season sacks record with 22.5. For some reason, one of the sacks was taken away from him, which left him in a tie for the regular season. I don't know what happened there. I thought he had broken it. But in second place was Cowboys rookie linebacker Micah Parsons, and finishing third with 5 votes was Aaron Donald. I'm sorry, Aaron Donald had 3 votes. Boy, I don't know that I agree with that. Aaron Donald's in the Super Bowl. TJ Watt's sitting at home, and he didn't even make the playoffs. Now, I understand the single season sack record. I mean, that's a big thing. But don't you think you got to give Aaron Donald more than just 3 votes?
You got to give him more than just 3 votes, but I do think TJ Watt deserves it. TJ Watt played on a team where the quarterback was a dying Ben Roethlisberger. I've never seen Ben Roethlisberger look that bad. And none of us has. And he looked truly awful. They just weren't going to be a Super Bowl team with that. And even with all that Pittsburgh defense competed all year long. TJ Watt was like all great defensive players end up having to do, beating a lot of double teams and still was able to get to that sack record and tie it. I think it's fair for TJ to win it, but yeah, I'm a little surprised myself. Aaron Donald finished behind Micah Parsons, who was great. I thought he was fantastic. And Micah Parsons is going to be a defensive player of the year multiple times in his career. I can promise you that. But I just think Aaron Donald was so good this year. I don't know how he finished third.
So many things to think about here as I go on to the offensive rookie of the year. Boy, Jamar Chase wins, but Mac Jones, they had Rashawn Slater had a vote for it. The Chargers tackle, Creed Humphrey, the Chiefs center, he got some votes. But Jamar Chase wins the offensive rookie of the year. I don't have a problem with this at all. I mean, Jamar Chase came in and made a huge difference, a huge impact for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's one of the reasons why I believe they're in the Super Bowl right now. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. You heard that more and more throughout the year. What's your take on this?
I'm actually a little surprised Mac Jones got some of the love that he got the way he finished the season. He started really great, but the second half of the year he was okay. The other two, Jamar Chase and Rashawn Slater, were much more consistent, and I feel bad that a lot of people don't watch the offensive line in games because Rashawn Slater is an absolute monster. And give it 2 or 3 years, that's going to be the best left tackle in football, and there's going to be no questions about it. That's how good that dude is. He's a giant people mover. That's all he does each and every week. But Jamar Chase is such a problem for defenses. Yeah. I don't know. At this point in his career, he hasn't been game planned for, and I don't know how you do it. He can do everything. Run every route. He catches the ball. I mean, sometimes it just gets thrown up there, and he goes up and saves it. So, yeah, I mean, he had to be the rookie of the year, or the voting was broken.
Well, you would have thought, though, early on when Jamar Chase during the preseason, he couldn't catch anything. He couldn't catch a cold. They'd throw the ball to him, and it would just bounce in and out of his hands. But since then, he's changed something. He's learned something. He's learned how to catch maybe a different way. But you really thought that Cincinnati was going to really catch it from their fans for not going with Penny Sewell or somebody like that for the offensive line to protect Joe Burrow. But it paid off. Jamar Chase paid off for him, and he has become one of the most prolific pass receivers in the league. And Jamar Chase, congratulations, winning the offensive rookie of the year last night at the awards. Micah Parsons got his own share of hardware. He didn't win the defensive player of the year, but he did win the defensive rookie of the year unanimously. He got all the votes, man. There was nobody even close to him. He's the first Cowboy to win this award. Parsons finished second to TJ Watt. We were just talking about that with the defensive player of the year. But look, Micah Parsons and Dallas are going to be locked forever if this kid stays healthy and continues on this upward trend that he showed this year. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, Micah Parsons he's going to win multiple defensive players of the year. He's that good. He's freaky athletic. He's all over the place. But I think the thing that helps Micah Parsons the most is the dude is really, really smart. He's in the right spot more often than not. But even if he's in the wrong spot, he's so athletic, he can recover and get back to, whatever position he was supposed to be in the first place. I don't know if I've seen a linebacker that twitchy, but he understands the game at a high level as a rookie. It's been a long time since we've seen a dude like that. And, Asante Samuel Jr., I thought had a really good year with the Chargers, but I mean, there's a gap between him and Micah Parsons and what he did.
Micah Parsons, he's the 12th overall choice, made 84 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 67 quarterback pressures, lined up all over the place, playing 374 snaps, which is amazing. 498 snaps at linebacker, 29 at cornerback, 1 at safety. That's according to all the Cowboys, notes and records. So Parsons even made the Pro Bowl and All-Pro team, and not only that, but he beat the Cheetah in that foot race. which I think was rigged, by the way.
But possibly rigged. I don't think that Tyreek Hill
was totally rigged. Come on, man.
Was trying as hard as he could have. But I think that the other two guys were definitely trying. Michael Parsons, it shouldn't have been in the same neighborhood. But every time I don't even have to watch him race anybody. That's what I feel like when I watch Michael Parsons play football. It should be illegal for something that big to move that fast.
Yeah,
but he does all the time.
888-368-1580 is the text line. I'm sorry, I've been missing out here. Random texter wants us all to know the Dallas Cowboys suck. Thank you, random texter.
I mean, I don't like them either, but they definitely don't suck when you look at the pieces that they've got going on there.
This is a great question from Watermelon at 888-368-1580. Question for Randy, the baseball guy: can facilities here for spring training sue for loss of revenue to the owners of the baseball teams that are contracted to be out here? I mean, that's a great question. It's more of a legal question. I mean, I don't think so. I think they're gonna lose some revenue, but the teams lease these properties out here, so I think the properties still get the lease payments. We might have to get Big George on that. Thanks for texting in, Watermelon. I'll see if Big George is listening. Maybe he can text in at 888-368-1580 and let us know. Dr. Roadmap says no sympathy for the players, Randy. By your logic, if I work for Amazon, I should make $100 an hour because Bezos so damn rich. Well, by my logic, well no, I'm just reporting what's being out there.
And also, Amazon workers, am I wrong about this? Are they not unionized? Because that's really what it comes down to: is the players have the leverage to get their share of the money. And if you work at Amazon, you don't. That's unfortunate. But
there needs to be fair pay for the players. There needs to be fair compensation for these guys. But also, I don't think the guys should overwhelm and take a bigger chunk out of the owners' pockets either. I mean, I'm somewhere in between. I just want this lockout to end. I'm not standing on one side or the other. I'm just telling you what the news is regarding this lockout, Mr. Roadman. I apologize if it seems like I went one way or the other. Kiss the Cook says, Waste Management Phoenix Oven never lets me down. Had a woman showing everyone her fraternal twins as we were leaving. We had a great view of a woman rolling down a hill. Okay. Kiss the Cook reporting in from the WMPO. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, let's get Jeffrey back on. Leave Ralph off next to open wires. Remind him about electricity. Jeffrey, are you there? I kind of hear it in the background.
I'm here.
Did you hear that last texter from Senior Wake and Bake?
Yes, and so did Ralph's wife, and she's ready to take a swing at him. So whenever we meet up again, we'll do that. So
right.
how clear is it now? Are we okay?
Well, it sounds good now. No, it sounds great now.
Listening to the show with all of my best friends here at the Waste Management Phoenix Open.
Right.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of Bengal fans out here. What I'm really noticing is I haven't seen any Rams fans, including Ralph, because he's not a real one. Oh, there we go. There's a gal right here. There's a Rams fan. Okay, one Rams fan. Oh, and Eddie, our security guy, just got shot in the ass by his own Harmon Solar arm bracelet. So, wow, it's crazy down here, guys. So,
wow.
We need to bring back the pineapple safe word, because if things are starting to go, if I'm messing up, I just want to step back and get out of your guys' way, because I've been enjoying the show. I don't ever get to listen to this show.
Oh, well, there you go. We've just been talking about some of the awards from last night, Jeffco, and we were just getting ready to talk about Joe Burrow beating out Dak Prescott as the comeback player of the year. I'll ask you,
disagree
Jeffrey.
with that.
Okay, you disagree. Why?
Well, first off, Joe Burrow had a knee injury, and it was serious, and he came back, and he's in the Super Bowl, and that's all great. But Dak Prescott had a gruesome injury to come back from. I kind of feel like his level of play. Listen, I'm no fan of the Cowboys. Don't get me wrong, but his level of play and the way that he was able to come back, it was far more of a comeback than Joe Burrow's.
Okay, Ralph, what do you think? Ralph from Harmon.
Am I
Solar?
alone in the world on this?
I'd like to talk about that text. I'd like to go back to that text.
Oh boy.
I'm out here. Just come on over. That's all I'm going to say.
See, Ralph's had a few, and he's feeling froggy.
No.
So
no, we're talking about Joe Burrow. What about him?
Oh, talking about
he
Joe
won
Burrow,
the
comeback player of the year
Comeback
award
player of the
over
year.
Dak Prescott.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I just know that
his blood alcohol level is high. His GPA is low. That's an ASU grad right there. Okay, moving on.
Let me clean my face off. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Dak Prescott was
I would
absolutely
announce
the
that to
comeback
everybody.
player of the year. Yeah.
All right. So, Keon, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow came back to the same offensive line that got him killed, and he went to a Super Bowl with it. So that's from that standpoint, I do like Joe Burrow. But yeah, Dak Prescott's injury was so bad, though. I mean, his ankle was destroyed. I saw the injury live, and I really didn't think that Dak was going to be back starting at the beginning of this season.
Oh. I forgot it was his ankle. I just thought it was one of those basic ACL, MCL,
Yeah, no,
MCI,
his foot was like flopping like that. No, it was awful.
So, do you agree that Joe Burrow's a comeback player or Dak Prescott?
I would give it to Dak. I mean, obviously Joe's story is fantastic, but Dak's injury was brutal. The fact that he played football this year, much less at the level that he did, is really damn impressive.
Han Jolo on the text line says, just curious, do you guys ever talk UFC? I used to all the time, but then everybody just sort of fell asleep on me. I was the only one who liked UFC, but now that Keon is here, I know he likes the UFC. We might start bringing back a UFC segment.
Let's go for it. I love talking fighting sports.
There was a while in the UFC where it was just like two bloody guys hugging and rolling around on the ground. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll pass. But then they changed some of the rules and it got more interesting. Of course, when Conor McGregor was in his prime, that made it great. So, yeah, Han Jolo, we might bring that back. I'll tell you what, it's good to bet on, isn't it, guys?
Oh, it's tons of fun. And I think like the one-on-one combat sports, just, the UFC, boxing, anytime some of those odds go up, I'm always tempted to put a little money on and have some fun.
888-368-1580. Boomer Sooner says, hate to say it, guys. If baseball goes away, there's far too many games in the
Well, the pineapple on the pizza is always good, though. Don't you think, Keon? Pineapple on the pizza?
Yeah, I'm not big on it, but I don't think we have a choice.
All right. Okay. So we'll take it back. 888-368-1580. Before we go to break here, let's get somebody else on here. Big Kev says, Keon, hearing you never went to a spring training game reminds me when I worked at spring trainings, heard a lady DJ named Holly Joe on a classic country station one night driving home from the ballpark. She talked on air how she never went to an ST game. I called the station. I got her and her mom hooked up with tickets to a game. It earned me a shout out on the radio too. Well, there you go, Big Kev. Good for you.
That's awesome.
And and if I'm not mistaken, Keon, Big Kev was somehow involved in was it AAA ball, Big Kev? You'll have to text us at 888-368-1580. Right. When we come back, I don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just trying to get hooked back up out at the Waste Management Phoenix Open with Jeffrey and Ralph. If not, Keon and I will keep this going until 6 o'clock tonight here on the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2022 Winter Games. Here's an updated look at the medal count going into tonight's action in Beijing. Norway and Austria are tied for the most overall medals with 14, while the ROC and Canada each have 12. Germany has 11, and the U.S., along with the Netherlands and Italy, have 10 apiece. The gold medal count is headed by Germany with 7. All but 2 of those have come in the sliding sports. Norway is second with 6 gold medals, while the Netherlands and Sweden have 5 golds each. The United States has 4 gold medals right now, 3 individual and 1 team. Chloe Kim and Lindsey Jacob Ellis won their snowboard events, with Nathan Chen topping the men's figure skating field. The U.S. also won the mixed team aerials last night in freestyle skiing. And the first medal event tonight is the mixed team snowboard cross event. The United States has 2 teams entered in the quarterfinals. The event gets underway at 9 o'clock Eastern, with the finals slated to begin around 10. With this Winter Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems, we can help.
Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through April 3rd. Great shopping, a giant crafts market. New shows featuring sea fairies, mermaids, and merriments. Non-stop feasting and more. The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Bashers and Food City or Arizona.renbestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashers, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
College basketball is on the Fanatic. Are you ready for the madness? GCU is charging through the WAC on a collision course for the big dance. Catch their games live on the home of GCU basketball. We catch up with the best the NCAA has to offer. When it comes to college basketball, we are your home for all the action. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender on a Foo Fighter Friday here on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Your home for Super Bowl 56 coming up this weekend. Programming starts at high noon. And, man, we've got a full day of NFL Championship Sunday for you. You want to tune in early and stay with us all day long as we'll have the pregame shows, we'll have insights, and all the information that you need to get you ready for the big game. And then the big game live, Westwood One covering it, and we're going to have it for you out here at 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, your home for the NFL in Phoenix, and the only place you're going to hear it on the radio here in town. All right, 888-368-1580. Let's get back to the text line here real quick before we keep talking about some of these rewards that they've handed out here last night. Pull the Plug says, baseball takes too long. Is that per game or just in general? I'm not sure about that. Pull the Plug. Baseball takes too long. Is that per game or? I don't know what we were saying then.
I don't recall exactly, but I don't know. It just depends on. I think the pace of the game is what a lot of people complain about. The length of a baseball game can't possibly be a problem because we sit down and watch 3.5 hour long football games.
Yeah, well, a lot of people still complain it is boring as hell, and they want more offense. They want more scoring. They want more action. Baseball games actually take less time in most cases than an NFL football game does, but because there's so much action. So much activity going on, it doesn't seem like it's that long. So, I get it. I understand. Ruthless Toothless on the text line at 888-368-1580 saying Zach Taylor doesn't deserve credit for when he's taken the Bengals is like saying Bill Belichick didn't win any of his Super Bowls because he had Tom Brady. Does Zach Taylor not get any credit for the other 51 players on the team performing a championship level?
He does get credit. When I said he doesn't deserve credit, I'm not going to give you credit for Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase as that connection basically carried you to a Super Bowl. But Zach Taylor, look, we did a hot seat conversation at the beginning of this season, and I said Zach Taylor does not deserve to be on a hot seat despite what his record was before. Zach Taylor deserves credit, but Mike Vrabel did more with less. He has Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback, and he didn't have the guy that literally runs his offense. And he still wound up being the number one seed in the AFC. Rich Bisaccia did more with less, being a special teams coach, pressed into service. The team's in disarray. John Gruden, gone. The Henry Ruggs thing. And he still is able to do that. There are guys that did more with less. That is what I'm saying about Zach Taylor. I'm not going to give him the same credit that I'm giving those guys.
Well, I think that Vrabel won it because he's big and scary looking.
Yeah.
Donnie,
you can tell that guy no?
Yeah. Donnie says, finally got to meet Jeffrey. I'm happy for you, Donnie.
That's pretty cool. He was actually kind of bummed that you didn't stick around just a little bit longer.
Hefty Lefter says, I didn't realize Jeffrey was a transformer.
I guess we're talking about the pineapple that was going on.
Maybe.
A little bit of the garbly voice.
Booger Wolf says the Washington Caca-Manders and Keon is the big salamander, dumb, stupid team, LOL. That's Booger Wolf.
Okay. I mean,
what the hell was that?
I don't know. I have when you have better insults, I will justify your words with more comments than that.
Washington Caca-Manders.
Until then, okay.
And Keon is the big salamander.
I don't know what that means. I have
no idea.
Is a salamander a thing I'm not aware of? Do I need to check Urban Dictionary? The hell are you talking about, man?
First Cav, Mike, it's always good to hear from you, my friend. Thank you very much for that. King of Kittens says 30 seconds of dead air. The Chick-fil-A hot air balloon has been launched for its afternoon flight over the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Thanks for that update, King of Kittens, and meow meow to you. Blissful Hayes says Randy and Keon deserve a raise for doing a show alone so much. They both do a great job. Well, thank you very much. We're actually not alone. I mean, Jeffrey is
he's trying.
He's trying, man.
I mean, like he had the COVID and now he's here. He's ready to go, but like he can't help that basically everyone's sucking up all the data in the area. And so they can't do the show because they don't have the bandwidth. That's nobody's fault.
Let's see. Big George says, it sounds like a complete and utter bleep show out there at the Phoenix Open. Jeffrey, you sound like the most sober person out there, and that's saying something. Yes, it is, Big George. You're exactly right. Senior Wake and Bake. I'm not even to go there, Senior Wake and Bake. Ralph or Mr. Pringle says, what's the betting line on that Ralph versus Senior Wake and Bake fight? I don't think there's been any numbers put out.
How can we do this? We don't have the measurables. Like, I don't know what's Ralph's reach versus Senior Wake and Bakes. I mean, I got to know these details here if I'm going to know where to put the money.
Yeah. Let's see. The Hefty Lefty wants to know who from the station is going to be at the booth tomorrow. Jeffrey, are you there? Do I hear you online right now?
I hope so. I don't know. I can't promise anything, but
right.
Yeah, I know Keon was supposed to be wandering around out here tomorrow, and I'm sure a lot of the staff from 1580 The Fanatic will be drunk off their ass, stumbling across all the different holes of golf, just like everybody else. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So that was just a long way of saying I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you're good, it sounds really solid to me. The Jet wants me to pour him a beer. Why don't you
Get
take
that
it
man
while
a
we
beer?
have you? Yeah, absolutely.
Get that man a beer. Wow, you guys cleared through the text line pretty nice. 888-368-1580. That's the number to text in. Mattress Smack just put a $1 million bet on whether or not this signal is going to hold up another damn minute. He's probably going to make some money on that.
He's prone to
I
risky
doubt
bets.
it will. Hold on a second. Hey, all you gals in the hooker heels, stop doing all those selfie videos so I can broadcast the show, please. You're killing the internet. Come on now. That guy agrees. That one of the things you should do is come out to the Open and take a little clicker, and every time you see hooker heels, click. And it just the entire time, all you would hear is this. Like that. Hefty Lefty says, perfect. I'll see you guys. Pull the Plug says, what quarterback is taller Sunday is the one who will win. Okay. Ralph's wife says, Ralph would lose the fight. He cries when I fight him. Oh, that was cold-blooded, Ralph.
Wow.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, she's sitting right there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to hit her in the back of the head.
So you all know about Mattress Mac putting that $4.5 million bet on the Bengals to win. Now he's got it figured out with insurance and with advertisement that no matter what he does, he's still going to make money. But he put that money on. He could win $7.7 million. They say that's the biggest mobile wager of all time. And then somebody came out and put $5 million on this. Is that a different bet? Is there a whole nother person? Everybody's betting on the Bengals because those odds, you can't pass them up. But listen, I'll put $5 on the Bengals. I'm not putting any kind of real money on that because very likely, I mean, you do it for the spread. You don't do it for the money line, right? I mean, there's no way. I mean, look around, make sure there's no Bengal fans. I don't think there's any way that the defense of the Rams are going to let the Bengals have this thing.
Yeah, I'm shocked that some of these bets these millions of dollar bets aren't to cover. The cover makes sense. To pick them to outright win is just, you're asking a lot.
Number one Rattler fan says 27 days until Rattlers become the 2022 champs. There you go, buddy. You could hear the Rattler games, the home games at least, right here on 1580 The Fanatic all season long. And so, all right, how are my bets doing? I need somebody to tell me how my bets are doing. We haven't had any kind of internet here for about a few minutes, so I kind of want to go back and see if I'm winning anything. Do we have all the results in for the day from the Waste Management Phoenix Open?
We don't have them all in for the day. There are some people that are still out there, but I'll tell you who's still playing and who's done.
All right. So Hideki Matsuyama, he's probably not going to make the cut, according to you guys.
Well, no, Matsuyama will make the cut. He's 6 under. He's done for the day, but he's tied for 9th.
Oh, who is it that wasn't going to make the cut? Scheffel or Scheffler?
It might have been Hocknell who's just way in trouble. Scheffler, let's see if I can get Scheffler up here.
I know Hocknell. Yeah, he's probably already driving home. There goes my $2,000. Right?
Scotty Scheffler's probably going to make it too. He's tied for 45th, but if he makes the cut, he'll be able to play the last 2 days of the tourney.
And John Rahm, how's he doing? Mr. ASU, Mr. Spain.
John Rahm tied for 19th. At 5 under, he's done for the day as well, but he'll make the cut pretty safely.
So is my signal sounding good enough for me to do something real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
For the love of God, I got to make my money. Hey, listen, the Super Bowl is right here, right now, coming up on Sunday. And if you haven't tried it, get the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. You can get 56 to 1 odds on either team. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code BET1580. Get 56 to 1 odds on either team. $5 gets you $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the Super Bowl 56. Remember, you got to be 21 years or older. Arizona residents only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. No, I don't have a number for you. You just have a drinking problem. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. There.
Very good, Jeffco. Very good.
Thank you. All right. I do need to let some people know some things. Yesterday, we talked about how the Simpsons, everybody's like, oh, the Simpsons predicted the Bengals winning the Super Bowl. And this meme was going around where it said Bengals win the Super Bowl 34-31. I could have told you this. That thing is photoshopped. So, but here's what happened. A lot of people saw that and thought, oh my God, that's real. And the Simpsons always predict stuff. So all these people went out and were betting 125 to 1 on that exact score. Well, now that line is switched to 80 to 1 because of all the action on all the different betting places.
Oh boy.
And it's not even real. So if you have made your bet based off of this meme, yeah, that's not real. That you can even tell how cheesy the graphic is on there. So I don't know. Can you cancel the bet? Maybe you can't cancel the bet. But
I mean, you probably, depending on, if you're using one of our apps here, FanDuel or DraftKings, you probably could cancel the bet. But I don't think most people are paying enough attention to. You put a little money on this thing apparently that the Simpsons have predicted, and you just move on.
So what were you guys doing just a minute ago? I keep feeling like I'm stumbling in the room like Kramer, and I have no idea what's happening.
Well, we were talking about the awards. I was getting ready to talk about Andrew Whitworth winning the Walter Payton Man of the Year award and what that involves. So really not a whole lot. Right. We talked about we didn't get to talk about Cooper Kupp yet. We were talking about Mike Vrabel. We were talking about Joe Burrow. That's about it. That's about everything we covered. Micah Parsons, we covered him. TJ Watt, Jamar Chase.
Can I say this about Andrew Whitworth? I'm really hoping that maybe they put some Just for Men in that gift bag so you can take care of that old man beard. He's not even that old. He shouldn't have all that gray in his beard. It's like, yeah, we get it. You're a veteran, but come on, man.
Isn't he 40 or 41 or something?
He's just 40. You don't need to have that there, Andrew. And that's all I have to say about him. I'm glad he's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, but he's a Ram, so I don't care.
I think it's funny that Andrew Whitworth, when he went to the Rams, all of the Bengals fans were happy because, oh, look, Andrew Whitworth's going to finally get to play in the playoffs and play in games that matter. And now they're in the Super Bowl going up against their guy that was the left tackle for what, a decade in that town?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys talk about Make-A-Wish kid grown up, Dan Quinn? That's what he looks like, doesn't it? Dan Quinn getting assistant coach of the year.
We did we talk about that?
Yeah, we did actually.
Yes, we did. Yeah. It's been such a blur. I haven't had my whiskey yet.
That is your next coach of the Dallas Cowboys is Dan Quinn. As soon as Mike McCarthy chokes on one of them 2 or 3 sandwiches he eats at a time, that you'll get Dan Quinn as your coach. And you guys, Cooper Kupp winning Offensive Player of the Year. He looks like Child of the Corn grown up. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
Wow. It took me a while to figure out. Every time I see Cooper Kupp, I felt uneasy. But he is an amazing receiver. And he deserves it for sure. And you got TJ Watt on Defensive Player of the Year. Who can argue that? Is there somebody you would rather put up than TJ Watt for Defensive Player of the Year?
No, I mean, Micah Parsons had a crazy year, but TJ Watt clearly is your Defensive Player of the Year.
Jamar Chase winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nobody can argue with that. That guy is the reason probably that these Bengals, along with Joe Burrow, are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he is. I mean, even the other receivers on that team, as talented as they are having that production because Jamar Chase takes the double teams. He gets that safety help over the top, and he opens up stuff for everybody else. You got to give him that credit. Though I will say, Rashawn Slater, the tackle for the Chargers, had a hell of a season.
Randy?
I'm sorry, I forgot what the question was.
I thought I'd lost the signal again.
I
lost your
blinked
concentration.
I'm sorry. I blanked out there for a second.
Micah Parsons being Defensive Rookie of the Year. Nobody can argue with that, right? I mean, who has made a name for themselves this fast as a decent defensive player in a long time?
Yeah, and speaking of fast, he even beat the Cheetah in that foot race at the Pro Bowl. So there you go.
Yeah, well, the Cheetah, Tyreek punch a person in the chest hill. He wasn't really trying because I think he had a little hammy issue there. So was that really an official race? No. Is Micah Parsons a beast? Yes. Is he fast? Yes. Is he going to be somebody who's going to be around for quite a few years? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did Tyreek Hill give him $10,000? Or did Micah Parsons give $10,000 to the Cheetah to let him beat him? Yes.
Wait, what?
This is the Randy theory going around.
Yeah, that's my theory. That's my listen, Cheetah. I got a $10,000 bill right here that says you don't win this race. I win the race. What do you say to that? You know, and the Cheetah was like,
I don't know, man.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, but this is the NFL. I think it'd have been like $100,000 if there was going to be anything. I don't think 10 grand would have done it.
You got to remember, Micah Parsons is just a rookie, so he doesn't have that kind of money yet.
Well, that's a good point. You're right. Can I just say something real fast? I mean, I hate to change the subject.
Yeah, no, please.
I've seen more mullets today than I think I need to see.
Huh?
There's been a lot of mullets out here at the Phoenix Open. Yeah, oh, look, Chief just showed up too. But I'm seeing an awful lot of them, and I think that if the mullet's coming back, I think some of the terms we use, you know, they say business in the front, party in the back. How about we maybe change it up a little bit? Since you have a mullet, Jason, you can tell me which ones you like best. Notary Public in front, Carney in the back. Prince Charles in front, Prince Andrew in the back. Okay, how about Dom Perignon in the front, hot dog water in the back? Yeah, White House in the front, Waffle House in the back. Law degree in the front, DUI on a riding mower in the back. Law degree in the front. Okay, we did that with filet mignon in the front, something deep fried on a stick from the state fair in the back. How about Peloton in the front, mechanical bull in the back? How about Smithsonian in the front, Dollywood in the back? Olympian in the front, diabetic in the back. Wow. And how about Arizona in the front, Texas in the back?
Well, that one was sharpened specifically to hurt. That's
wow.
Ooh.
Scottsdale in the front, Apache Junction in the back. That's a good one. Now people are shouting out their own. So which one are we going with then? Are just everybody just use whichever one you want? I think you like Notary Public in the front, Carney in the back, right? Yeah. What do you guys think? Are we even still on?
I'm a big fan of the White House in the front, Waffle House in the back.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that
one a
one's
lot.
pretty sharp, isn't it? That was pretty good. 888-368-1580. We got to take a break. We'll be back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The NFL season all comes down to this. Super Bowl 56. To celebrate, FanDuel Sportsbook is hooking all customers up with a risk-free same-game parlay. New and existing customers can place any same-game parlay of 3 legs or more on the Super Bowl. And if you don't win, FanDuel will refund you. Already have an account? Just place your risk-free same-game parlay before the Super Bowl to qualify. New customers join today with promo code DALE1580 to enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl. You can turn a $5 bet into $280 cash. That's promo code DALE1580 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 and over, present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah!
Weekends now through April 3rd.
It's awesome.
I love it. It's great for the family. All our kids love it. That's why we come here every year.
Good times can be had by all.
It's the best time we have every year. It's a great time for everyone. Join us at the Renaissance Festival! Huzzah!
Come and have a turkey leg. The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah!
Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Dashes and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Dashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
You come out here and you really have a good time. My kids love it.
There's lots of shops to go to. Hair braiding, face painting. Oh, and I really like the meat sticks, the turkey. Whoa, huzzah!
There's so much going on. Make sure you come out early and stay all day.
You can always save on Renaissance Festival admission with discount tickets at Dashes and Food City stores statewide. Huzzah!
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I snuck into the computer and I made it through Fighters Friday because that's who I really want to have in the Super Bowl halftime show, but I'll never get my way. But I think we got a pretty good halftime show for this year. That's for sure. A lot of people are looking forward to seeing all these guys, getting the cobwebs dusted off, to get Eminem out there. You can't call him the Slim Shady. I think he's the Dad Bod Shady now, but it should be a good show. Looking forward to the Super Bowl. Now, a lot of people are saying two things. One, that, well, they're not going to spend as much money as they have in the past watching the Super Bowl. And is it because people are still worried about COVID? Are we still not here? But I mean, I'm just saying, why are we spending less money than we have in the past? According to the Lending Tree study, they say that people are going to spend 19% less than they did the years before. So I get it. I mean, maybe Tom Brady not being in it is a little, weird for people. It's not Patrick Mahomes. It's not, all you got is young Joe Burrow and the Bengals versus Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Maybe not as many people are going to watch. I don't know. I don't know if the ratings are going to dip because of it, but seeing all these people saying, I might not even watch is weird. And then hearing people say, maybe I'll just get some chicken wings and then just watch the game. You guys get a sense that there's just not much excitement for the Super Bowl?
I don't know if it's I think COVID has cooled the jets on a lot of people. Like you said, not here, but in a lot of parts
not in Arizona.
In a lot of parts of the country, it has kind of cooled the enthusiasm of going to a large gathering in a room and watching games on TV. And then, I don't know necessarily that people are completely unexcited for this Super Bowl, but it's definitely lacking the name recognition that we've had before.
All right, let's just quickly go around here. Ralph, are you watching it at home with family? Are you going to go out to a party? Are you going to have a big shindig?
We're either going to have a party at the house or we're going to go to a friend's house for a party. But yeah, it's not going to stop us.
One party. I'm just going to sit and watch it at home with my wife. That's like a party by itself. She's such a big football fan and she's cheering on all the time. It's like being in a room full of people whenever we watch football.
Will it be on all 8 TVs or just
no, just have it on the big one.
Just the big one. Okay.
Yeah, we took care of we took down the DirecTV TV.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Randy, just you and some family, or are you going to hit a big party?
Just me and Miss Kim and I. That's it. Nobody will be here.
All right, Keon, what are you doing? Are you going out to a bar? Or are you going to watch with friends? You got a party?
Yeah, I'm going to be going to a party. Some friends. It's not a big thing, but there'll be a few people over, and we're going to watch the game and enjoy it.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think there's a nice underdog story here. We got people trying to get redemption. I personally, I'm looking forward to watching the game and seeing how it unfolds. I mean, I think I know how it's going to go, but hey, I'd love to be proved wrong, and I'd love to see my bets get won. I don't know. Maybe we just don't have enough energy to care about the Super Bowl because maybe we're just still tired from over celebrating when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick didn't make it this year. Maybe we were just also like, thank God those bastards are gone. I don't know.
Just breathe the biggest sigh of relief.
If people need to save a few bucks, and by God, why not? Here's a couple of places that are offering deals for the Super Bowl and for Valentine's Day. Now, I don't suggest using the Super Bowl party as your Valentine's Day gift. You'll be killed instantly. Make sure you treat the lady right separately from whatever happens on Sunday. But Applebee's has got 20 free boneless wings with a purchase of $40 or more on Super Bowl Sunday. And you can use the game code BIGGAME22. Chipotle, that's right, will help you get your diarrhea with a free side of queso when you order through the app. Just use Q Blanco. DiGiorno, you just buy that at the store. I don't know what the hell that's about. McDonald's, you can get a free 20-piece chicken nuggets with any purchase of $15 through the DoorDash if you use Kickoff as the code. And then Panera Bread, the overly expensive sandwich company, says on Valentine's Day, they're giving 22 people a year's worth of coffee and a diamond ring. Just go to their website to enter that. So, trying to save some money or do
what is the
something,
connection here? A year's worth of coffee and a diamond ring.
I have no idea.
Guess it's Valentine's Day thing. I don't know.
I don't understand these people. So here's something men you have to be careful of. 37% of men are saying that they gain weight during the football season.
Yeah.
So here's what I say. Don't give a damn. That's you sit on your couch, you're watching the football. Of course you're going to get fatter. Who cares? You're watching football. That's what matters. You get that 10 pounds, wear it as a badge of honor, and enjoy the damn game and eat all the nachos and wings and whatever you want. By the way, what are you guys having? Is there a go-to dish? Because I saw this game day thing with a map. It says that Arizona eats 7-layer dip. What the hell is 7-layer dip? I mean, I get it. There's probably a dip that has 7 layers, but does anybody know what's in those layers?
Yeah, I think it varies from recipe to recipe.
Yeah, she knows. It's beans, avocado,
right?
Cheese.
It sounds like a California
sour cream, right? Yeah, it's not all that stuff.
I
Salsa.
don't know what the hell's wrong with Arizona because Maine has the nachos. Shouldn't we have the nachos?
Yes.
I don't get this. And then Texas has chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, I guess because you don't want to try to heat up too much on the stove in a double wide. What's a Cuban sandwich? That's what they eat in New Mexico. Anybody know what a Cuban sandwich is?
Isn't that some kind of a ham? And right? It's ham with a certain type of cheese and a certain sauce.
I guess
that's probably big in Florida, right?
Then there's something called labna in Iowa. I have no idea what that is. So what do you? Yeah, I don't know.
Cuban sandwich
I don't know.
is it's on Cuban bread, which is a soft loaf kind of bread.
Is that like bread that had to swim across to Florida? And
that's why it's soft.
Oh my God. It says Swiss cheese, smoked ham, sliced pork, dill pickles, and mustard.
All right. Well, guess what I'm not having. So whatever you're going to eat when you're sitting there watching the Super Bowl, don't worry about your weight. Just have a good time. Don't worry about that. 888-368-1580. All right. So we are your home for Super Bowl 56. And let's talk about some of the things with the game a little bit. Uzma, we said yesterday wasn't practicing. Then it turned out he did return for a limited practice. So I think that guy is just trying like hell to get himself into this game. How hard would it be to go this far into the season with your team and then not see the field for the Super Bowl?
Well, I mean, don't you think he's going to get taped up real well, and he's going to try to get out there for a set amount of plays, even if he doesn't catch the ball? He's going to go out there and play in this game. He's got to. This is the biggest thing that's happened to him.
You could shoot my ass out of a cannon onto the field if that's what it took. I'm playing in the game, And Uzma seems like that kind of guy. So that it's a very good sign to see him even practicing on a Thursday or a Friday right before the Super Bowl. So I don't know if he's the huge difference maker. What do you say, Keon? Uzma being there make one difference or not? Can they get by without him? Is it going to be the same no matter what happens?
I think that they can get by without him because they have been. Drew Sample is a good enough tight end. That he's able to pick up the slack, and they have enough weapons out there at wide receiver and obviously running the football that they can get by without a CJ Uzma, though I think they'd rather have him.
He's also, Uzma has said, if they win the Super Bowl, he vows that he will swim in Cincinnati chili. Now, I heard somebody say Cincinnati chili. You don't really know Cincinnati as a place to get chili. And I thought it was some sort of sexual thing, and I was a little bit uncomfortable immediately. But has anybody had Cincinnati chili?
It's a brand of chili sold specifically in Cincinnati. It's Skyline chili.
Skyline chili, right?
And
can you swim through it?
What the Cincinnati fans tell me on the Twitters is it's pretty gross. So why would you do that if you win? I have no idea.
I think we need to get Bengals tight end CJ Uzma drug tested immediately because he says, you put that in the swimming pool, I'll dive in there and I'll eat my way out.
No, wow, that sounds literally dangerous. Just the gas, I cannot imagine.
Skyline chili is sort of like those sliders that everybody was all crazy about. I forget what they are now. The White Castles. You either love them or you hate them.
No, hate them. Tuck on the text line says Skylight and chili is amazing.
See what I mean?
Radio Ron, you like it?
You either love it or you hate it.
Radio Ron says yay on the Skyline.
They serve
chili.
it on spaghetti, don't they?
On spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti chili with cheese over it.
Huh. All right.
Okay. Well, that's not what I heard, but it maybe results vary.
So if Radio Ron invites you to his house for dinner, maybe pass. Swave Dave says, I didn't get a chance to text before your break, but how about surprise up front and Buckeye in the back? Now, those are both sort of weird, though. Tuck says, yeah, it's spaghetti and hot dogs, basically. Hefty Lefty says, Skyline chili has cinnamon in it, and generally it's served over spaghetti. So that's the thing. Never had cinnamon in spaghetti, Randy. Have you had cinnamon in spaghetti?
No, I can't say that I have.
I've also never come across a chili so good I'd swim in it.
How many concussions has CJ Uzma had where he'd say some stupid crap like that?
And it's one of those things that it would be a bet. Hey, if I lose the Super Bowl, I'll swim in Skyline chili. Not if I win. Like if I'm actually celebrating and happy. I don't know, champagne. Why Skyline chili?
So you guys know my stance on the Super Bowl ads. They haven't really been great for a lot of years. And right now they're selling for a record $7 million. And then what happens is they make the ads and they release them on the social media before the game, and it just sort of kills it. It's like a bunch of spoilers. It's not as much fun. Doing the Phoenix Open this week, I have been able to avoid all of those Super Bowl commercials. So maybe something good will happen. But has anybody previewed those? Are there going to be any good ones, or is it going to be another Super Bowl commercial suckfest this year?
I don't like previewing them, man. I like to see them when they roll them on the TV during the Super Bowl. So it's a surprise.
Right.
I haven't seen them either. So I haven't even had to avoid them. I don't know. My YouTube algorithm knows apparently I'm not looking for it.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they're going to be good, let me know. If they stink, let me know. Don't give me any spoilers because I got to watch that stuff. But we got to take a break. When we come back, I think this next hour, we can just talk about the Super Bowl if you want to. Let's break it down. Let's talk about the Rams defense. Let's talk about that offense for the Bengals. Let's talk about what chance Joe Burrow has to not be completely shoved into the turf by that defense of the Rams. Let's see what happens. Let's find me a way for the Bengals to win. Whatever we can do, let's talk about it when we come back. It's the Daily Blender broadcasting live from the Waste Management Phoenix Open here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The big game is finally here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? Bet on Super Bowl 56 props instead. DraftKings Sportsbook offers a wide range of props throughout the big game. Take your shot at winning cash by predicting props like if a non-quarterback will throw a pass, fourth down conversions, total yardage, and so much more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Okay, you're back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where delicious 7-course meals prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, cocktails, and more. Book your night of fun right now. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. That's 480-607-1114. We'll see you there.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
right, everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is out here at the Waste Management Phoenix Open with me. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And this is the last hour that we are going to have a chance to talk about Super Bowl 56. The Rams, St. Louis, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Los Angeles, versus the Cincinnati Bengals, 2 number 4 seeds meeting up in the Super Bowl. I'm sure you guys have had this thing talked to death. And of course, we're going to take a moment with it. We've tried not to puke Super Bowl all over you all week long, but, it bears talking about. And I want to give you super fans a chance at 888-368-1580. Let's do it right now. We haven't done it till now. Text in your score prediction. Who do you think is going to win? What do you think it's going to be? You can give me your spread. You can give me the actual score. Whatever you want to do is fine by me, but I'm curious to hear from you guys. 888-368-1580. Now, we're split here on the show. All right. So I say it's going to be the Rams, even though I want it to be the Bengals. Randy, you say?
I say it's going to be a close game. I'd like to see the Bengals win, but I have a feeling the Rams will end up winning.
Right. So we're on the same page there. Keon, where are you at?
Similar page. I think it is going to be a close game, but you have the skill positions being so even to me that it's going to come down to who wins in the trenches, and the Rams are just better there, especially on the defensive line. Aaron Donald, Von Miller, those guys are so impressive, and that offensive line for Cincinnati is so bad. That's where I think the difference ends up being made.
All right, so I say Rams. Randy says Rams. Keon says Rams. Of course, we know what Ralph is going to say.
Ralph is going to say 31-17 Rams. And that 17 is mostly in garbage time.
There you go. So now here's the thing. How many times have we watched shows where everybody said the same thing and the exact opposite happens? I kind of hope that's what it is, because I want the Bengals to win. The only way they can is the 2 things have to happen. Aaron Donald and Von Miller and that Rams defense, Jalen Ramsey, they have to have a bad game. And Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals have to have the game of their life. One has to go down, one has to go up. Then you'll have your Cincinnati win.
And that's the thing, is that the margin of error for the Rams because of their defense is going to be a much wider margin of error. So it's going to have to be the Bengals striking early and often. They like to do the second half thing, and Joe Burrow is going to get sacked a lot, but he's been sacked a lot and managed to win before. Right. So he's going to have to find a way to shake that off much earlier. You can't wait until the second half because it might be too late.
Yeah, you almost have to, if you're Joe Burrow, score every possession, period. I mean, no matter what, because that Rams defense, they may have some jitters right up front. They give you a chance to strike and score. But in general, that defense, by God, I don't know. I mean, we've said this before, and then we have seen the Bengals step up. And all of a sudden there's no sacks and they're playing great. So that's why this is so hard to know for sure. In your brain, it's going to be the Rams, but in your heart, you're going to scream Who Day. 888-368-1580. Baby Got Dak says Bengals over Rams 27-20. Says happy Friday. Just want to say I'm shocked and awe that the 3 of you said something nice about the Cowboys players. I know this will never happen again, so I'll cherish this moment forever. What was that? We were all saying that Dak Prescott should be the comeback player of the year.
And Micah Parsons is awesome. And Dan Quinn has been great. We complimented all 3 of them. Yeah.
If that fat 3 sandwich eating son of a bitch you call a coach would maybe just get the hell out of the way, maybe the Cowboys could win something. Lacrosse guy says Stafford still has a lot of line in him. So 3 picks, and since he wins this thing 24-20. Yeah. I don't think that Matt Stafford, I don't think he's that guy. I think that if you look back at a lot of his picks when he was a Lion, that was more about the company he kept than him himself. I'm not saying he never made a mistake, but
but
I think
go ahead, Ralph.
I was going to say, I think in this game, it's not about Matthew Stafford throwing picks. It's about him just dumping it off the cup. and they're not going to be able to stop Cup. That's going to be the issue.
Well, he can double Cup, and then what?
I still think Cup gets open. I just he's too good.
That's true.
Then Odell Beckham Jr., then Tyler Higbee. I mean, there are options to throw to on that team too. So it's not like you take away Cooper Kupp and all of a sudden Matthew Stafford doesn't have anywhere to go with the football. This is not Detroit where it's Calvin Johnson and then you can't name the next 4 guys down the depth chart.
You know what the Bengals need to do? They need to get somebody to go over there and say something to Odell Beckham Jr. that really gets into his head. It's not hard to do. And then you double up Cooper Kupp, and then what? Then what are you going to do?
I don't know. Then you got Higbee. Then you got Cam Akers, a guy you can flex out and play as a wide receiver. There are options for this team. Like there's a reason why we accuse them of being the Yankees of football. They went out and got people. There's not a 1 or 2 step solution to beating the Rams, and that's what makes this tough to pick for the Bengals.
888-368-1580. Swave Dave says, I don't care for the Rams. Not a real fan of the Bengals. More torn between rooting for the pseudo rookie or the veteran quarterback. That, maybe a heads or tails coin flip or something. I don't know. Well, if you don't have a pick, Swave Dave, why are you wasting my time? Hefty Lefty says, sacks are better than interceptions for the Bengals. As long as Burrow doesn't turn it over, it'll be a lot closer than you think. And by the way, Higbee is not playing on Sunday.
No,
that's a bit of a difference.
That does impact a lot.
Yep. Dropping the soap says, my prediction is the team with the most points will win. Book it.
Wow.
Boomer Sooner says 31-24 Rams. Let's see. King of Kitten says Rams 31, Bengals 23. Why is everybody saying book it? The Jet says, you heard it here first. The Cardinals are not going to win the Super Bowl this year. That was hurtful, Jet. That was very, very hurtful. Thunder Snow says, this is how the Bengals can win the Super Bowl 56. You slip some Skyline chili into the Rams pregame buffet. They will be incapacitated and clogging up toilets before kickoff.
I mean,
I'm hearing a lot of conflicting reports on that.
You can only have one Lamar Jackson moment. Everybody can't have it together. That is a decent strategy. That's all I'm saying.
Pull the Plug says, I plan on watching golf, not the Super Bowl. Well, the thing is, the golf will be done before the Super Bowl, and you're full of crap. Of course you're going to watch the Super Bowl, you liar. Booger Wolf says, every time a Washington cheerleader talks, they spit out little bits of pork cracklings. Keon, your team is hilariously dumb. Ha ha.
Okay.
Jake the Snake. Oh, my God. He is okay, if you liked what I said, that Cooper Kupp reminds me of one of the children of the corn grown up, Jake the Snake says Cooper Kupp and Jake Paul could be brothers.
Oh no!
Crap,
if you shave Cooper
so
Kupp,
right.
you would see it.
If you shave Cooper Kupp and teach him to walk backwards, okay, I'm gonna stop there. Anyways, 888-368-1580. Go ahead and give us your score predictions, whether it's the spread or the actual score. I don't care. But once again, you feel like nation wants Bengals. Brains say Rams.
Well, everybody wants the underdog, right?
Yeah, but this particular underdog is particularly easy to root for. It's the Bengals. They've been one of those downtrodden organizations. Haven't seen a Super Bowl in forever. And then, of course, you have the Rams, who are, a lot of things that people like to root against. It's LA, it's Hollywood, and then it's how they've gone out and assembled the pieces of a team and seem to form a quote unquote super team, which is of course the thing that a lot of people don't like. So this particular underdog is easy to root for, and this particular favorite is easy to root against.
Senior Wake and Bake says Bengals over Rams 28-14, and stop serving Ralph Shirley Temples. I want you guys to know something. I went to Shirley Temple's funeral, and the open bar there was horrible. I'll give you a moment with it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
888-368-1580. Baby Got Dak says Sean McVay will crap the bed in the big game. Did we all forget how bad his coaching was in the last Super Bowl? Yeah, but he had Jared Goff then. I think that's a little bit different. The coaching isn't bad when you expect somebody to perform. If you know what I'm saying?
How much can I blame the coach when the coach has to tell the quarterback what the defense is doing right before the headset cuts off? You're just sitting there. I mean, how much coaching can you actually get done when that's what your job is? I also have to read the defense for you. This is a very different thing. But I will say Sean McVay has had some questionable decisions this season.
Sure.
It might
pop
up. Might pop up again.
Yeah, Sean McVay used to have a quarterback who did not know which side of the earth the sun rose and set in. Now he's got Matthew Stafford, who can actually kick a little ass. And, I don't know who to root for more, Matthew Stafford to prove everybody wrong about the days that he was a Detroit Lion, or Joe Burrow, proving he's the next big thing. I mean, which one of you guys, forget about the Rams, forget about the Bengals, forget about the scores, the spreads for a moment. Which one of these two guys are you pulling for the most?
How do you not pull for a guy that had to play in Detroit?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, for that horrible organization, what a horrible experience. What a great story for him to come to the Rams and win a Super Bowl. I mean, I think you have to pull for this guy.
And he was a class act the whole time that he was there.
Yeah,
he never complained. Even when they traded him, it wasn't something he asked for. He was going to stay the rest of his career in Detroit if he had to. So it's an easy person to root for, Matt Stafford. And you like to see a guy like that maybe put the punctuation mark on his career and beef up that Hall of Fame resume.
How about you, Randy? Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be I'll be pulling for Matthew Stafford. I mean, I watched him when he played. I'm old enough to say I watched him when he played at Georgia. I watched him his entire NFL career suffer through the long days in Detroit. I just hope that he doesn't give the ball away. He's had a problem with throwing interceptions at the wrong time, during games this season. And so I just hope. I mean, the last 3 games, he's thrown 6 touchdowns and only 1 interception. But there was a stretch there where he was just really crapping the bed by throwing just the worst interceptions you can think of. So I hope he's over that. Well, I'm talking about Matthew Stafford. I'm not talking about Joe Burrow here. I'm talking about Matthew Stafford. I'm just – and in that –
we're all still learning, Randy.
In that 49ers game, he threw right to the defensive back. I mean, right to him.
There's a Matthew Stafford is built in that same mold of Brett Favre. There's a little gunslinger in him where you're just going to see a throw that you're going to wonder why on God's green earth he threw it.
But it's not like the defensive back undercut him. He just threw it right to the defensive back. So I don't know. Let's just hope he doesn't have any brain farts, and let's just hope he plays a clean game, because the team that turns the ball over more is going to lose this Super Bowl.
I want to pull for Matthew Stafford for all the reasons we've just mentioned. I want to pull for him. And I hesitate to pull for Joe Burrow because he is just this side of the douchebag that Cam Newton is. I hope he's not. I hope he doesn't turn into that guy. But really, I guess I'm going to still pull for Joe Burrow because I don't want Ralph to have nice things. I want the Rams to lose.
I disagree with Joe Burrow being anywhere near the ballpark of Cam Newton. Yeah. Cam Newton is in a self-aggrandizing league all of his own. And one to light up
a little bit of Cam Newton smoke coming up off the old Joe Burrow. You got to admit it.
I don't actually. I really don't. I don't think it's he likes to have a big chain and he likes to light up a cigar when he wins things. That doesn't quite put you in the Cam Newton territory where Cam is going to find a camera and make it about Cam.
Ralph.
We may have lost him again.
And I do worry about that.
Well, we
Well, all right. Let's see what you say on the text line at 888-368-1580. Pull the plug says it'll probably be lopsided in the Rams' favor. I don't think so, Keon. Do you?
I don't think it's going to be lopsided. I really don't. We've seen these Bengals before because of how good those receivers are, Joe and the running back position with Joe Mixon. As well as their defense, which doesn't get nearly enough credit. Those guys have been fantastic. No, I don't think it's going to be lopsided, but I do think that, when push comes to shove, the Rams can make plays defensively up front against an offensive line that is much weaker, that the Bengals are not going to be able to make those same kinds of plays.
I will say this, though. The knock on the offensive line for the Rams this season is if you get so physical with them, you can actually move them and you can get into that backfield and you can really disrupt what they're trying to do in the backfield. So if the Bengals come out and our physical front line there and they really put the pressure on them early and they can get after it, then I have a feeling that they're going to be able to get after Matthew Stafford. You start moving him off his post, he's going to start making errors, and this whole game could go the other way. TBUAZ or TWAZ, sorry. glasses. There you go. T-Dub AZ says shootout, Stafford MVP, Rams 41-38. All right. The Hefty Lefty says we know who the Detroit Lions are voting for. So they have these T-shirts. He sends a T-shirt. Detroit is pulling for the Rams because they have a T-shirt that's got the Lions logo wearing a Rams helmet, and it says the Detroit Rams. Senior Wake and Bake, Randy Murray returned to his original team, the Ewoks. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny. Ha, ha, ha. Booger Wolf says, I hope the Bengals punch Matt Stafford right in the sourpuss, hit him right in the first catcher. Go Bungos.
Wow. Well, that's what it's going to take for them to win this game.
Wow.
They're going to have to make life hell for Matthew Stafford because he can't be comfortable at all. I mean, and not even for any amount of time.
Big George is doing my job here as the meteorologist. So Big George, careful, stay in your own lane, Big George. But he says the high today in Phoenix was officially 80 degrees, which is 10 degrees above normal. I hope everyone was wearing some sunscreen at the Phoenix Open. Big George, stay in your lane. Tiger Paws says, and unfortunately, there's a whole lot of cams starting to show up in Kyler. Not really.
I'm telling you, Cam's in a league of his own when it comes to that. And I actually like the Cam experience. I have fun with it. I don't take it seriously, but let's not confuse Kyler Murray and Cam Newton. I mean, if you saw that Cam Newton season at Auburn, which is my favorite quarterback season, he carried that team to a national championship.
Yeah.
But you saw all of it then. You had no questions that Cam was about Cam. None.
All right. 888-368-1580. That's the text line. It's the way you can be a part of the show. When we come back, we'll check back in with Jeffco and Ralph out there at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Also, Emmanuel Sanders is kind of hinting that he might be contemplating and reflecting on retiring. We'll talk about that next on the Daily Blender here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
College basketball on Saturday. Number 4 Arizona plays at Washington, while Arizona State, they are on the road to take on Washington State. No Friday night Pac-12 action this week. In fact, just one top 25 game in all of college basketball this evening as number 24 UConn plays at number 25 Xavier. Xavier a 1-point favorite, over under at 138.5. On Sunday, it is the Super Bowl between the Rams and the Bengals. The Rams are continuing to sit as a 4-point favorite. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Bruce Jacobs here again from my friends at ProCopy. For the last year, you've heard me talk about how ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available for over 20 years, plus their outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. Now part of Flex Technologies Group, they are committed to ProCopy's industry leadership and excellence. Whether you have branches anywhere in the U.S. or right here in Arizona, you can count on ProCopy and Flex Technologies for all your office equipment needs. They focus on print, document management, document production, and managed IT, representing the best brands such as Canon and Ricoh. They proudly serve over 35,000 customers nationally. They still remain a local company and continue to give back to the community. The ProCopy Foundation has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Give them a call, 602-PRO-COPY. That's 602-776-2679, and tell them Bruce Jacobs sent you.
This is your Wendy's wake-up call. Start your day with a better breakfast and get a free drink with any of our morning-making breakfast sandwiches. That's your favorite drink in a Wendy's cup, free. Fresh brewed coffee, free. Diet Coke, free. Vanilla Frosty-Chino, that's cold brew plus Frosty Creamer plus free. So don't sleep on this deal. Get any size drink in a Wendy's cup free when you buy any breakfast sandwich. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's. A la carte only. Offer valid upon request on lowest price qualifying item. Not valid for third-party delivery.
We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports. NASCAR racing, Arizona Rodgers football, golf, Vegas Lakers, March Madness, NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl. Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Lender calling it a Foo Fighters Friday here on 1580 The Fanatic. It's our last day of broadcast out at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. And, of course, it's as fun as it ever has been. People are as crazy as they ever will be. And that's right. Everybody, this is like the party. We haven't done this in a couple of years just because of, COVID and other things. But it's great to be back out here doing our thing. And remember that 1580 The Fanatic is your home for Super Bowl 56. Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner will be doing the play-by-play. Mike Golick will be on the sideline. It's going to be a great broadcast right here on 1580 The Fanatic. So if you get tired of the blowhards on TV, just turn on the radio and hear Kurt Warner and Kevin Harlan. It's always a better call anyway. 888-368-1580 is the number to be a part of the show. And with the Super Bowl, of course, Sunday, I got to tell you, this is the right time. It's legal now. It's legal now. I'm talking about sports betting in Arizona. And what you ought to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code BET1580. Get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more. Get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code BET1580 at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. Remember, got to be 21 years or older. Arizona residents only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. 888-368-1580. Booger Wolf says, I hope they pop Matt Stafford right in the granola grinder. Why do you want to say that about Matt Stafford? Wow. And by the way, what's a granola grinder? Is that the mouth? Is that what that is?
I guess that makes sense because that would be where you grind granola.
I don't know where Matt Stafford sticks granola, so I can't say for sure. I'm guessing the mouth. I'm guessing that's what that is. Who has any animosity towards Matt Stafford? He seems like just the nicest guy. You do? Oh, you don't. Okay.
Apparently, Booger Wolf does.
Booger Wolf has animosity towards everybody, though, so I don't know.
We have more than a few people on the text line who do have animosity towards everybody. That's the fact. Sean McVay, Zach Taylor, they're pal. Are they pals, or they just happen to have worked in the same place?
No, I think they're pals. They
are pals.
Yeah, I mean, because the coaches are nerds that way. They get together, talk X's and O's, and break it down and have fun. And that's weird to us, but to them, they bond over it.
All right, because you would think that this could hurt a friendship. Let's say if my team beats your team in the Super Bowl, I've been, and then all of a sudden, you got ill feelings. You're all bitter.
It could happen. We've seen it happen in Major League Baseball. Dusty Baker and Tony La Russa used to be friends, and now they can't stand each other because they had to manage against each other so often. It could happen.
All right. So I don't know, this whole skinny jeans wearing cult of coaches that sprang from the Sean McVay coaching tree. Everybody is like, ooh, Ryan Seacrest, you're a head coach. But Zach Taylor is one of the few that have shown he's got the chops. Wasn't Cliff Kingsbury, but Zach Taylor has shown us he's got the chops. Now, this is the youngest matchup of Super Bowl head coaches ever. So if one of them gets a participation trophy on Sunday, they're going to be happy with it.
Wow.
I mean, that means your coaching career is ahead of you. I mean, Sean McVay.
I like how he's trying to spin that.
36 years old, and Zach Taylor's 38. And especially with Zach Taylor, your quarterback is so young. You have to assume you'll be back, right? Like, or at least plan on being back.
When did Zach Taylor become the coach of the Bengals?
I believe
2 years ago.
Yeah, I believe this is season 3 for Zach Taylor.
Yeah, I'm being told it's 2, but they're drunk, so it could be 3. So yeah, he's
because the first year of Burrow was his second season.
All right, so has he shown us that he has better coaching chops than Sean McVay? Has Sean McVay shown us enough cracks in the armor? I mean, which one of these guys are you looking at as a superior coach right now?
For me personally, I've got him about even. I mean, anybody that could take the Cincinnati Bengals, and we know how bad the damn Bengals were. Anybody could take the Cincinnati Bengals, get them organized, get you a rookie quarterback in there to kind of turn the team around. Then you pick up another, a world-class wide receiver who in the very beginning of the season, it looked like it was going to be a complete bust because the guys couldn't catch a cold. Then all of a sudden, I guess they coached him up and he figured out how to catch football at the NFL level. Now the guy is winning awards and everything. So I would have to say Zach Taylor would be my guy in that race.
Or Zach Taylor's quarterback coach.
I mean, well, because he still has to be out there calling the X's and O's. And somehow with that offensive line, he's figured out a way to get some stuff done. But I'm still leaning towards McVay because he swapped his quarterback. Experience, but he swapped his quarterback for the Lions quarterback 1-for-1. And the Lions got worse when they got Goff. And he got much better when he had Stafford. He got to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. So I'm leaning McVay slightly.
Well, all you had to do is not be a genius because let me explain. Sean McVay used fantasy football thought process when he said, wait a minute, I'll trade Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. All you had to do is look at the fantasy football points and know that's a good idea. I mean, it didn't take some genius of coaching from Sean McVay to figure that out.
Yeah,
I think we all figured that out because how many people here had, Matthew Stafford? I did as a backup, if not my lead quarterback when I played fantasy football. But how many people would ever trust Jared Goff with that? Not many. He did generate a bunch of yards, but he was not as good a quarterback as Matthew Stafford.
Not even close, which is what I'm getting at is that he got to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. And look how much better they look going to the Super Bowl now with Matthew Stafford. It's a better flow. It's an offense that's even more dynamic, can do more over the top, and he doesn't have to, stand over his quarterback's shoulder and try and help him with his homework.
You know what the cool thing about all this is? Oh, can you hear me? Okay. The cool thing about all this is it kind of shows that there's been a change in the guard of coaching in football, right? So all of a sudden you're seeing these young guys taking over. Does that mean the game is changing? I think it is. How cool would it be I'd love to see one of these guys kick the game off with an onside kick, do something crazy like that.
Yeah, well, the game is not changing that much, but what it is the younger coaches have the better talent. Don't count Bill Belichick out from ever coming back and just completely destroying you with all that experience. Don't count Mike Tomlin out if he gets a non-rapey quarterback in there, somebody who can actually throw the ball and he can have some success. So, I'm not going to say, oh, it's the new guard of coaches who are all coming in here and they're going to be great and all the old guys that got to go. It's just a matter of who has the talent right now and who doesn't.
But do they have the talent because they're drafting better and they're working better with their GMs and finding that talent?
They're losing their talent from old age.
Right. I mean, look at Andy Reid. Andy Reid's got a young quarterback and he's from the old guard and he's competitive every single season. You give one of these guys that have had a team forever, a QB or a big time playmaker, and they can do a lot with it.
I mean, I could put Andy Reid in the same place with Pete Carroll. He's competitive because he has Mahomes. Carroll's usually competitive because he has Wilson. You take those two away, and those teams are
And so much of what it is quarterback. That's the reason why, like, I think Mike Tomlin is legitimately a great coach. The man makes the playoffs every year, or at least finishes at 500 or above it. And the last 3 years, he hasn't had a quarterback that could do a damn thing.
Yeah, so I guess when he comes down back to Sean McVay and Zach Taylor, the experience goes to Sean McVay, but Zach Taylor showing up as coach of a Super Bowl team, he's got his credibility right now. 888-368-1580. Now we got some Bengals fans here, and not at all inebriated, and these guys, I'm sure, are thinking that Joe Burrow is going to have the bigger day on Sunday, bigger day than Matt Stafford. Am I correct? That's what you're expecting, right? We've been underdogs the entire time. Oh, this guy is old school. He's got a Boomer Esiason jersey.
There you go.
There you go. And I'm just waiting for Boomer Esiason to end up getting arrested for murdering Phil Sims, because that is just about one wrong sentence from happening, isn't it? Anytime you watch them on the show, he's just like, I just could snap your neck. I could do it right here. So Matthew Stafford is a stat machine. Joe Burrow is he's a gunslinger, and he's ready to go. He's the Joe Cool for a reason. He's got nerves of steel. I don't know. You got two number one overall pick quarterbacks meeting the Super Bowl. Here's a trivia for you guys. They're the second pair of number one overall picks to meet in the Super Bowl. Who were the first? See? They're like, wow, if I hadn't drank that much and had all them blood cells escape my body at the porta potty, maybe I can answer this. Come on, guys. Hey, the first, no Googling. No, Joe Namath. No. All right, I'll let you off the hook here. 6 years ago, Peyton Manning's Broncos beat Cam Newton's Panthers. They were both number one picks. I know Keon knew that. He's just being kind because he didn't want these drunk guys to launch themselves over the fence at me. He was like, I knew that. So it's good seeing you guys. Drive safe. Take it easy. 888-368-1580. Happy Lefty was right there. He says Super Bowl 50. That's right, Manning and Cam. By the way, who was the better quarterback, Boomer Esiason or Phil Sims?
Phil Sims.
Wow. That's probably why Boomer still kind of has this disdain for him. It's like, how can you be this stupid and be better than me? Does Boomer Esiason know Phil Sims was better than him?
That's also a great question, but that just happens sometimes in the NFL. I mean, Brett Favre was in his second year before he knew what a cover two was. Like sometimes some guys have the talent, but they don't have what's going on upstairs.
Yep. Just a tip says Stafford is the one who has more pressure than Burrow. Stafford is a great talent that never had a quality supporting cast. Now he has that help. Burrow's putting his Cartier glasses down and studying. It's going to be Rams 28, Bengals 31, according to Just a Tip. Boomer Sooner says it'd be Phil Sims, wouldn't it? Didn't he win Super Bowls? Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That's true.
But also regular season, Phil Sims was better, I think.
Yeah. Tiger Paws is on the text line. She says, I don't mean that he's acting like Superman. I just mean the pouty baby crap. Yeah, she says there's a whole lot of Cam Newton starting to show up with Kyler Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what, though? He's always been stoic. I don't think Kyler Murray has come across.
He's come across with a little pineapple on his face, hasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, damn it. On the sidelines, he's pouty. Wiping out his Twitter is pouty.
Yeah, well.
You think
I don't know that it's pouty. I'm with Keon on this. I think Kyler Murray is getting some advice from his agent. His agent's telling him as a tactic to get these guys to pay attention. Wipe your social medias of anything to do with the Cardinals. Make them take notice. And guess what? It's worked. Everybody in media here in Phoenix and probably across the country has been talking about Kyler Murray has stripped all of his social media of any Cardinals stuff.
And the Cardinals have wiped their social media of Kyler as though that's supposed to send some kind of message. But that's how people negotiate contracts in sports now. And it's a little depressing, but that's where we are.
It's just BS. What happened to the days when a guy would sit down with another guy across the table? They would hammer this thing out and get the thing done. And then they'd go to lunch, have a couple of drinks and go their merry way. I mean, what happened to those days?
Yep.
Agents
keep it out of the papers.
Agents use every tactic available to get their clients the most money, because if this works, if they get Kyler paid, then they get to turn around and say, hey, Eric Burkhart, his agent, gets to turn around and say, hey, I can do this for anybody else. This tactic works, and I'm gonna use it within an inch of its life.
Mr. Pringle is on the text line, says, all right, far as fights go, sounds like the better fight might be Ralph's wife versus Senior Wake and Bake. What's the betting line on Ralph's wife versus Senior Wake and Bake?
My guess is she's the favorite.
Yeah, I think she'd kill him.
And she was clapping. She's in.
She wants it.
Absolute destruction is what you end up with that one.
Yeah,
Mr. Pringle.
it's 5:35 in the afternoon. It's well past Senior Wake and Bake's sober time.
That's right.
I'm taking Ralph's wife.
It's happy hour somewhere. Mars Bars 805 says happy faded Friday and go Raiders. You guys know the Raiders aren't playing in this game, right? I'm just saying.
Don't tell them.
He says I'll take an 805, please, and everybody have a great weekend. Let's see. Senior Wake and Bake says there's no comparison. Cam Newton's like 2 feet taller. That's also true. Boomer Sooner says millennials happened, Randy. That's what happened.
Yeah,
he says I'm getting tired of hearing about little baby Kyler. Even though he's a Boomer Sooner, my 10-year-old grandkids talk about wiping their social media out, and it's not that large. Come on, man. And Just a Tip says Joe Burrow says athletes should reduce their social media presence. He's a hero. Kyler Murray actually does it, and he's getting flacked. Well, he didn't wipe his social media. He only wiped the Cardinals from his social media. So that makes him a bitchy little teenage girl. See, that's the difference.
I don't think so.
Not having social media is one thing.
If your agent is trying to tell you this will get you more money, maybe your agent's not that bright, but regardless, I don't think that says anything about your character, that your agent is trying to use this to get you more cash. And if it works, that's not being a bitchy little girl. That's just winning the business angle of it, you know?
Have you heard the term "the buck stops here"? Blaming the people that work for you, which that's what his agent does, and not standing up and just being the man the way you're supposed to be a man. It means you're just as bad. So if your agent is telling you to do something, you're like, that's a good idea, and you're not being a man about things, it's still on you, Keon.
How is that not being a man to wipe your social media?
No, I mean it's specifically on you.
I just don't see.
I mean it's specifically on you, Keon. No, I mean I'm just saying Kyler Murray doing that. It's on you, Keon. You are to blame.
That's a shame. I didn't even get a signed jersey out of it or anything, you know? I mean, if I'm going to be the blame for the collapse of society, I would at least like, a signed K1 jersey, something.
I'm going to tell everybody here, ladies and gentlemen, Keon Rose is to blame for Kyler Murray wiping his social media and acting like a little baby. Keon Rose, find him on Twitter.
Okay. Say anything wrong and I'll block you, though. I'm not scared of that. I don't understand how I'm supposed to be shaking in my boots.
I have blocked so many people. I know. Life is just so much
such
more
a useful feature.
Twitter is not a real place. Okay. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we have On This Date in Big Georgia sports history, and we'll wrap things up broadcasting live from the Phoenix Open out here in Scottsdale. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2022 Winter Games. It's been a disappointing Beijing game so far for American skier Michaela Schifrin. Schifrin was expected to compete for gold in multiple events, but so far is 0 for 3 with DNFs in the giant slalom and slalom events and a 9th place finish in last night's Super G. Despite the frustration and, quote, failure, as Schifrin called it, she hasn't thrown in the towel. She's slated to compete in the downhill, which begins tonight with the first of 3 training runs before Monday's final. And while there will be no medals handed out in alpine skiing tonight, there are 6 events that will crown champions. Biathlon will award gold in the men's 10K sprint, while cross-country skiing has the women's 4x5K relay final. Women's skeleton concludes in this session. Ski jumping will have a winner in the men's large hill. Snowboard has the finals of the mixed team cross, and speed skating will have a winner in the men's 500 meters. With this Winter Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but Heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need: indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get.
Okay, you're back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where delicious 7-course meals prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, cocktails, and more. Book your night of fun right now. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. That's 480-607-1114. We'll see you there.
Download our podcast at 1580thefanatic.com.
Don't be that guy.
Arizona's new exclusive home for live NFL games and Super Bowl 55. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender here on 1580 99.3 The Fanatic, your home for Super Bowl 56, which is happening this weekend, of course. I want to remind you that FanDuel, your official sports betting app of NFL 50 of the NFL and Super Bowl 56, giving you an opportunity here to place a same-game parlay, and it's risk-free. If you happen to lose, it's risk-free. It all comes down to this weekend, the Super Bowl 56, with the Rams taking on the Bengals. FanDuel hooking up all customers with a risk-free same-game parlay, new and existing customers. You just get together yourself, your parlay, any same-game parlay of 3 legs or more on the Super Bowl. And if you don't win, FanDuel will refund you. Same-game parlays take multiple bets on the same kind of wager. And they turn it into a parlay with multiple legs. So you can take like the spread, the money line, total, Super Bowl props, a whole bunch of them, put them together as long as it's 3 legs or more. And if you lose, well, FanDuel's going to help you get over that pain of losing and pay you back. Already have an account? Just place your risk-free same-game parlay before the Super Bowl to qualify. New customers, join today with promo code Randy1580. You can enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl. Turn $5 into $280 cash. That's right, cash, not credits. That promo code again is Randy1580 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 and older. Present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeff, go.
All right. In a moment, we'll have on this date in Big Georgia sports history. Just the tip just texted something in. I'm going to turn my mic down off the speaker so you can hear it. He says, the most fun people on earth are those people that holler loud as hell near live radio sets. Now, the reason I didn't read that out loud on the text line is because what would have happened next if I had? Nice try, just a tip. I am smarter than you. 888-368-1580. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, here's one for you to sing to the crowd. Little Boomer Sooner. Randy, why don't you give these guys a nice, rousing Boomer Sooner?
Boom Sooner, Boom Sooner, Boom Sooner, Boomer Sooner.
I see some people putting their hands up and saying in agreement. I think they were touched in the heart. By the way, you ended that Boomer Sooner.
It was a very nice one. It took a lot of emotion out of me. Thank you.
Raven Kid is giving his take on the Super Bowl this weekend. He's texting in 888-368-1580. Says, I got the Rams taking this one in overtime, 30-24.
Wow, how about that?
30-24. Okay. So, all right. That's kind of, I don't think it's going to go overtime. When's the last time we had a Super Bowl in overtime? You remember?
This year?
I think was it this year?
Super Bowl overtime?
Did you go into the future and you already saw that?
Wasn't that the Falcons melting down?
You are messing with the very drunk people's minds. You said this year and they're like, what? Did I miss it? Are you a wizard? No. When was the last one? The last Super Bowl that was in overtime.
Yeah, wasn't it the Falcons melting down against the Patriots?
That was in overtime.
Yeah, it was. The Patriots
they did that.
The Patriots had to come back and tie the game.
They did. You're right. You're right. I forgot about that part. I always just remember how sad all the people in Atlanta looked. You know,
the game might as well have been over at that point. They were so depressed.
Boomer Sooner confirms, yes, it was Falcons and Patriots. So just the tip says, touche. Hefty Lefty says, by the way, Randy, my wife and I both use the promo code Randy1580. Got our 56-1 odds. She bet the Rams. I bet the Bengals. Either way, we get $280.
You're going to win. Yep. Either way, that's good for you. It's called hedging your bet. Excellent.
That is
work.
Smart. It's really smart. I never even thought of that. Let's see. He also says in regards to, the Kyler Murray wiping his social media because his agent possibly told him to. So you pay your agent to do things that aren't good. When they work for you, generally you take their advice when it comes to contract negotiation tactics because, player plays, agent negotiates. That's the way it should be. It just comes off as a pouty move because Kyler has been pouty on the field. Nobody called Giannis Antetokounmpo pouty when he did this and then got $200 million.
Yeah. I mean, Giannis did the same thing, but you wouldn't say that about Giannis because we all know that Giannis isn't like that.
Well, he's also really tall. And I wouldn't want to get punched by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Kyler Murray, I don't mind taking a punch from him because my kneecaps can recover.
I would agree
Senior
with
Wake and Bake said, Spotted Ralph, hold on, be right there. What was that? I don't know what's happening anymore. 888-368-1580. Let's go ahead and do this, Randy. It's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1990, Mike Tyson lost for the first time when James Buster Douglas knocked him the hell out in the 10th round and captured the heavyweight championship in one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Douglas was a 42-1 underdog going into this 1990 fight against Mike Tyson, who was undefeated and considered the best boxer in the world for his domination of the division over the previous 3 years. Yeah, we had Buster Douglas on the show, and he's a sweet guy, nice guy. And he was almost just as surprised as anybody that he beat Mike Tyson. When I asked him what it felt like to get hit by Mike Tyson, he's like, it hurt. And I never want that to happen again. He was such a good guy. He was the heavyweight champion for a whole 8 months until Evander Holyfield said, here, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. All right, so we are winding down as we broadcast live out here at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. We got the Super Bowl on Sunday, broadcast right here on 1580 The Fanatic. And remember, our advice is turn the volume down on your TV and turn it up and listen to Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner do the play-by-play. This is the 12th straight year that they've done it, and it's always a great show. Mike Golick is going to be on the sidelines, and, everything you need is right here on 1580 The Fanatic. We got all kinds of preview shows from noon all the way up till the game starts. So keep it right here on 1580 The Fanatic for your Super Bowl fun. Just the Tip says, great one, Big George. That was a good moment in history worth retelling. Big George, thank you for that. All right, guys. So here we are, waning moments of our Friday show. Super Bowl 56 on Sunday. We've made our bets. We've made our picks. I almost want to turn on my speakers because the minute I say we all pick the Rams, somebody's going to start screaming at us.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So who's going to be the MVP? Dale Hellestray and I are kind of in agreement. Very, very likely could be. If it's not Joe Burrow, it ends up being Aaron Donald or Von Miller.
I think it's Kupp.
You think Cooper Kupp?
I think it's Cooper Kupp. Yep.
So you think Carney-faced Cup might actually win the MVP?
I think Carney-faced Cup's going to win.
I actually agree.
How about you,
I'll
Randy?
I'll just go opposite of everybody here and say if the Rams win, Matthew Stafford's the MVP.
That could make sense unless there's a crap ton of sacks, and there's a good chance there could be. You think that they always want to give it to that quarterback, huh?
I'm doing what Josh Applebaum does. I'm going to be a contrarian better. Yeah, I'm going to go Matthew Stafford, MVP, Los Angeles Rams.
So what we've learned from Randy is he's a selfish lover and he's a contrarian better, and he's not even shy about it.
I
Beer
used
Bob
to be an
says,
easy lover, but now I'm a selfish lover. You're damn right.
My gosh.
I'm gonna start singing that. Senior Wake and Bake says, "Hey Ralph, yo mama."
Okay.
Wow.
This fight is really lame.
Yeah.
Sheriff Tom says, I need Stafford for MVP of the Super Bowl. I bet he would be the MVP before the playoffs began. If it happens, I got a big payoff coming my way. Drinks are going to be on me.
There you go, Sheriff.
All right, Sheriff Tom. Good for you, man. That's pretty smart. So what were your odds on that, Tom? I'm kind of curious. Hefty Lefty says, Mike Tyson said the same thing to Holyfield before he bit off that ear. I'll take that.
No, he wasn't taking the belt. He had to take something.
Yep.
All right. So we all remember Super Bowl #1. Randy was there. We were all kids.
Mm-hmm. I was fully grown back then. Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the things I thought was really interesting is Hefty Lefty had yesterday said, well, we should have the best marching bands from high school and college be the Super Bowl halftime show. And I'm just like, are you out of your mind? That's horrible. Why not just get your 5th grade band recital out there? It's just as bad. But then you go back to Super Bowl I. They had something I think we need more of and something we need less of. The thing they had was 2 guys in jetpacks flying around.
Yeah.
Why don't we have more guys in jetpacks flying around the Super Bowl? How awesome is that? I can't believe they haven't done it since. And then the guys in the jetpacks, good. The guys that said, hey, let's get some marching bands out there. And then they said, we should release a bunch of doves. And they're like, well, no, we like doves. It looks the same on TV, pigeons. So they released hundreds of pigeons into the air on Super Bowl I. And then, of course, one of them dropped a giant load on our own Brent Musburger's typewriter because he didn't have a laptop there. He's sitting there typing away and right there on his typewriter.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, I guess.
That was the halftime show.
Though I guess
Super Bowl I.
We won't be doing that again now that we have HD TV. Doves and pigeons do not look the same on TV anymore. So it'll work.
The cheerleaders don't look that good on TV anymore either. I'm not kidding you. And I'm not going to talk about your cheerleaders. I'm just going to say in general, ever since HD, I don't know what the deal is, but I'm just like, maybe back the camera away from that one. Just back the camera away. It's too much HD. I got 4K. I got an 80-inch screen in 4K. Can we please pull the camera away from the wildebeest? Just me?
No, I was raised. I don't talk about women like I can't do that. I just can't. I can't follow you there.
He's that guy.
I am that guy.
Hefty Lefty says that was the whiteout in 1967.
The pigeons dropping.
Right. Swave Dave says taking Monday off just because. Pour me a tall one. Enjoy the weekend, guys. Noster Marcus says Cooper Kupp is going to be the Super Bowl MVP, just like he was during the Premier League season. Just the Tip says NFL should adopt the sky cam that the AAFL use. Not worrying about bird stuff with that thing.
Nope.
What's the sky? I don't understand what he's talking about.
The sky cam? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that the cam that runs over the field?
We already have that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. On the wires, they stole that from the XFL. We've been using it ever since.
Yeah.
The original XFL, not this new crappier one.
King Kittens is right. Super Bowl I was blacked out in a 75-mile radius around Los Angeles. Remember when Cardinals games were blacked out at Sun Devil Stadium? I am so glad they don't do that anymore.
They blacked him out at Sun Devil Stadium?
What?
I don't remember that.
No, you used to, when it wasn't a sellout, I think they used to black it out locally. You couldn't see the game.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. All right.
Hefty Lefty says, how about a lunch bet? I bet Von Miller will have a strip sack on Sunday.
God, I hope not. He needs to keep his clothes on.
No, that's not what that means, Randy. It means he's gonna get past that horrible Bengals O-line, and he's gonna reach his big meaty
Von
claw.
He's a sexy man. Don't get me wrong, but dear God, keep your clothes on. It's national television. You got millions and millions of people watching. You can't go out there and throw your clothes off and sack a guy, and they're going to haul you away to the funny farm.
No, Randy. It's a strip sack means you strip the ball from him with his big meaty claw, and then that's a strip sack. That's what that is. Oh. He's not going to get naked.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the halftime show, but there's going to be no nakedness.
Okay.
Hefty Lefty says, I don't remember the Open 3 years ago because I blacked out. Yeah. 888-368-1580. So, all right. Anybody else have any predictions about this Sunday's game? I know that a lot of people are wanting the Bengals. A lot of people are thinking that the Rams are going to win. Mars Bars 805 says somebody needs to give Randy an 805 so he can relax. Nobody's getting naked on the field. How about that?
Strip sack. I'm sorry.
Is there an over-under on streaker? You think there'll be a streaker this Sunday at the Super Bowl?
Well, if Von Miller does a strip sack, technically he would be a streaker.
For the last time, Randy, that's not what a strip sack is.
It just doesn't matter who it is. If the guy gets naked and he starts running around, that's a streaker, right?
I'll tell you what. I'll take the under on Von Miller getting naked and running around the field. How's that?
That's too bad.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us out here at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great and safe weekend, whatever you do, Phoenix Open or Super Bowl party. Remember, don't drink and drive. Annoy somebody else. Make them do it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Exergen would like you to know about an important new study by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has always known. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate.